Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast, Pop Culture in the Dark. It is a new month. We're on the other side of Halloween weekend. I have a bunch of stuff to talk about, things that personally happened. What's up, South Texas Shark? Good to see you in the chat here. A lot of things that happened. What a weekend for me in general. But before we do that, we got to bring up, there's two people coming in that I know of tonight. We do have one of them in the green room right now who I did not expect to be here, but I'm excited to see, which is Joe.
Hi.
Hello. I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, I didn't expect to be here.
Well, thank you for stopping in. A couple people have chimed in and said they're going to be here at some point, but when I saw you pop into the green room, I was like, wait, I thought Joe was unavailable on
Yeah, no, it's been one of those weeks. As you know.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So what I have today lined up is we're going to talk about some drama around Stranger Things. Apparently Daisy Ridley's going to be in a new movie. I got that article opened up in another tab here. What else do I have? Some people sent me a couple of John Campea videos. I don't think we're going to watch like two full John Campea videos, but it's two different people and two different videos. So it's just I don't know why, but it's how it works sometimes. Let me turn down the background music. It is so loud tonight. Maybe my ears are just getting more sensitive. Maybe as I'm getting older, my hearing is getting better. Maybe that's what it is. I made some changes to my audio. I have everything going through here into a virtual mixer on screen. So if it sounds weird or it's too wobbly or anything like that, let me know because I haven't checked it out yet. So,
timey-wimey.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, what is up, Jose? Good to see you. What happened to my car? We'll get to that in a second. Texas Shark. It's a long story. I'll try and make it short as possible. Let's see. Cameron here says Green Lantern stuff you missed last week. Yeah, I know there was some other stuff that came out, or there was other stuff that was left out of the actual link to the article, but I'm going to save it. I want to do a whole Green Lantern stream like in the next couple weeks where we can just talk about everything. Green Lantern, honestly. What is the super chat here? Oh, from Naruto, $2 super chat. Happy November 2026. Wait. 2026.
November 2026 is a year away.
I mean, it's an early celebration. I'm all for early celebrations, but that one's quite a ways away. But yeah, so this year has sort of flown by, honestly, in my opinion. I feel like it's been a very quick year for me. I don't know about you, but for me, it's felt like a very quick year. I've been very busy this summer, so I guess that's probably why it kind of went by for me. Let's see here. All right. So let's talk about my weekend and Halloween in general. So my costume never arrived. I had to get a refund from Amazon. It never showed up.
Damn.
They said they dropped it off at the address, but there was no picture, no nothing. So someone out there, I guess, got a large, maybe extra large, I'm not going to say for sure, Omni-Man suit from Amazon. So I had to come up with another costume. So I went with something that I did before, which was a giant stuffed bear. I have like it's one of those onesies that looks like a teddy bear, but then I made a piece to go over the face. So it looks like a giant like killer bear. So I did that. So I had a costume. So that's good. But then let's talk about what happened after I got home on Halloween. So we had guests staying because we had a Halloween party this past week and we had some family members that were in town until Sunday. And so I had to park in the front of my house, like on the street, because our driveway only has enough room for two cars. So I parked on the street and typically that's fine. My neighborhood is a dead end neighborhood. So there's not a lot of through traffic. So typically it's a very quiet neighborhood. So I was like, I'll just park on the street, not a big deal or whatever. Some point during the night, don't know exactly what time because I was asleep on the couch. At some point during the night, a neighbor's tree fell on not only part of their yard, but into my car. Now, we have two vehicles, so it's not worst case scenario. Like we can manage with the one we have. But my car is totaled. Insurance came over today and they looked at it and they said it's totaled. So they're going to give me the value of the car, which is not enough to get a decent car right now because my car was a 2016, so it's a 10-year-old car. So I'm gonna have to throw a little bit of money in to do that. But more on my neighbors in a second, because we have possibly the best lineup we could have at a show, and that is Jake is here now. So this is Joe and Jake and myself. This is a trifecta here of all different opinions because we always disagree on stuff. The three of us.
That's why you bring me here, isn't it?
We always disagree. Oh, there we go. Dalton already. You've not even been here 30 seconds.
Hey, my supporters are nothing if not dependable.
Oh, you're muted, Joe, or we can't hear you.
Sorry. I was gonna say I find it amusing. You know, Jake and we disagree on everything. I find it amusing, but I don't think Jake is amused as I am. When I make jokes, he doesn't even crack a smile. Like I'll say stuff like we should have like a Siskel and Ebert type show. He doesn't even smile. I don't think he finds it as funny as I do.
Well, just make better jokes.
Oh, there we go. Right out of left field. Wait, left field from over here.
I was about to say, Eric, come on, get
I'm
your
looking.
baseball position.
I'm like left field, and I'm looking right.
Yeah.
I don't watch sports. What can I say? I don't
You're
know
talking to a baseball
sports.
player. Get your positions right.
Yeah. Anyway, so car is totaled, but we do have a backup car, and they offered to give me like a rental, but I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to deal with having like balancing the car we have with the one that's totaled right now. So anyway, so I'm trying to make like basically all of this month will go to hopefully getting me a decent vehicle, and I can take pictures of it after I get it traded in because it's bad, but we'll see.
Oh Lord,
what was that?
Chris's comment.
Hold on, where is it at?
The most recent thing he put.
Right there? Yeah.
This is Tale of Two Cities if I've ever seen it.
I actually like this. This is pretty agreeable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like 50-50.
So I don't know if you saw, but in the group chat, Ronan asked for the link, but I went ahead and sent it to him because his thing was acting weird, but I went ahead and sent it his way.
Wait, the group chat on Discord?
Yeah. Because he wasn't able to get that.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I just copied it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, and speaking of Ronan, he has arrived.
Oh, look at that. I spoke his name into existence.
What's up, boys? Thanks, Jake.
Hold on. Yeah.
Of course.
So is there a way? I think there's a way to make this thing different now. Is it like wide? Is that the better one here? Oh, no, that's not better either. Is it tall? Is that the one? There we go. That's a little bit better. We'll do it like that. So that was not right over Ronan's face, which could be annoying.
Anyway, it's like it's that Hungry Hippos game.
So did everybody have a good Halloween though? Otherwise, like, did anybody do anything exciting, anything fun?
My Dodgers won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, I was watching that game.
Two doubles back to back. That is effing wild.
My second favorite team in baseball. So
I'm just like, what the hell did happen?
Out of left field. Oh wait, this
yeah. I just wish I was in LA right now, man. I'd be partying since I would have been partying since Friday, man.
Do we have another super chat here? Oh yeah, here we do. We do. From Big Bang Sheldor, $2 super chat. Thank you. Did you see that Daredevil season 2 will impact season 4?
Well, it already has impacted Born Again with the inclusion of Frank.
I think he means Spider-Man 4.
Oh,
okay.
Daredevil.
That's Punisher, obviously. Right. Wait, no. Wait. Are we talking about? You have to be specific with titles. Are we talking about Daredevil, the show just titled Daredevil season 2 with the Punisher stuff, or are we talking about Daredevil Born Again season 2?
Pretty sure they're talking about
one season 2 is a decade old, and one season 2 is about to come out. So
but it still could be the stuff from a decade. It still could be. I mean,
I could be wrong, Sheldor, but I don't think Elektra is going to appear in Spider-Man 4.
Right. I mean, I was going to say, Eric, I do get that point because, they did just in a movie this year pull something from almost 20 years ago and tried to make it relevant into another movie.
That's
little too much for comfort, but,
I wish they would just call the next season 5.
I kind of wish they would too. Yeah.
Same thing with Dexter. Enough with the subtitles. Let's just season 10.
I have heard, and I mean, this is all the information I can find sort of points to this, is the only reason they do stuff like that is so they have to renegotiate contracts so that people don't get the same money all the way through. It's like they have to take a different pay rate, which sucks for consumers.
But then you've got the X-Files, which goes off the air for 20 years, and they just call it season 10 and 11. So.
Did they get everybody back for X-Files?
I mean, they well, to be fair, there's only 3 main cast members.
That's true. That is true. You're right about that.
There were only 2 main cast members people really cared about for Daredevil coming back. So
apparently, someone just sent me something and said this is for Joe. Let me see what this is. Oh, I think maybe. Hold on. This might be because of the fact that you like the Muppets. Apparently, there's a Sesame Street trailer for Netflix. Did you see that?
I don't know. I did see the video last week where the girls from Huntrix from was it the K-pop Demon Hunters met Cookie Monster? That was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. They're gonna have the ability to bring all their Netflix characters onto Sesame Street for cross promotion.
There you go, Jeffrey. That's a good start. Keep it going.
What did Jeffrey say here? My mom and I watched Jake's other favorite franchise, Evil Dead.
Yep. Hey, you've started. Now keep going.
We got a $5 super chat from Sheldor. Anyone getting the Harry Potter audiobooks? The first one is out tomorrow, and Arabella Stanton is voicing Hermione, who's also playing her own. Oh, really? The same person?
Yeah. I mean, I have one of the physical books right there behind me. So
that's interesting. I'm not a big Harry Potter person, so I mean, if I'm going to watch anything Harry Potter, it's going to be the easiest thing to get. The audiobooks seem like it's too much for me to even bother to track down and listen. I'm sure it's probably on. Is it on Amazon? Is that where it's at?
I think
Amazon
so.
Prime. Yeah. So yeah, so because I know that's where a lot of people get their audiobooks from now, or Audible does it as well. But yeah, so for me, no, probably not. Not because I don't like her or I think she's going to be bad on the show. It's just not. Harry Potter's not really my big fandom, so it's not a big thing for me to track down. Is anybody else going to be buying the audiobooks or no?
I mean, I like the franchise, but probably not.
I don't know about for Harry Potter. I'm interested to give it a sample. If Audible wants to give me, or whoever is doing it, leave me a sample, and I hear Keira Knightley and John Lithgow, no, not John Lithgow, somebody else doing Dumbledore. I'm intrigued to it. I always say that like audio books or even like scripted podcasts is another form of entertainment that hasn't fully been tapped yet. The way I think now most of Hollywood's got into with video gaming and more non well known comics. So I feel like there's a ton of stuff. To me, one of my favorite things in entertainment that I've ever stumbled into was a scripted podcast of Wolverine.
Yeah.
And barely anybody brings it up. Barely anybody knows about it like that much, sadly. But I always try people to be like, yo, there's a whole other avenue of this stuff that I think people should be talking about more and to get much more publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Texas trucks are good for long road trips. Yeah, that is true.
Amen.
It is true.
I mean, especially with as much as I, used to drive to different events, like whether it was going either across the state I'm in or to a different one, whenever we would do those trips throughout the year, it was, anywhere from 3 to 5 hours on the road, per drive. So those things really help kind of burn the clock.
We got where's it? I hear a $2 super chat from Screwface Capone. Escobar from Narcos on Sesame Street for the win. I mean, the crossover potential is endless, right? But no, I think that Sesame Street being on Netflix, I think they knew what they were doing. They were not only basically saving something that people loved, but it's also a very good way for them to promote their own TV shows and cartoons and stuff like that. So
I believe they're also getting the back catalog, which to me is very, very important because one of the things David Zaslav did when he decided to save money was dump a whole bunch of the old back episodes of Sesame Street, which would have been, I don't know, I didn't like that, but he dumped important episodes.
Right.
Like he dumped the death of Mr. Hooper. when Big Bird learned that Mr. Hooper was dead.
Oh,
He
wow.
dumped like when the grown-ups saw Snuffleupagus for the first time. Like I'm talking like, important cultural moments in Sesame Street. It's not like he just dumped any old episode. Like he dumped like important episodes. Like when R2D2 and C3PO came to Sesame Street, that was gone. Like I'm like, why would you take these episodes away?
Right. Yeah. I want to point out tonight also, this is the beginning of the month-long giveaway for the channel. So what we'll do is at the end of the stream, whenever I do my normal, like, let's see what we did for the, got for the bonus, if we hit the goal or whatever, I will be taking the top 3 names from both the Reloaded channel and the Debunked channel, which is the little XP thing. Those top 3 names will get put into a pool, and then that pool the wheel will be spun at the end of the month. And you can, each stream that we do, you can potentially have your name in the stream or in the contest like 4 or 5 times, depending on whether or not you win in the XP. So the top 3 for both channels will be entered into the giveaway that we'll be doing at the end of the month. And I'll keep track of them here on StreamYard. So that way I always know who it is.
Do you already have options for tonight in case you hit the goal? Or I was going to say I can
not yet, but if you want to put some in the super chat, if you want to put some in the private chat, yeah.
No,
sure.
I'm not going to pay for admission.
You're not going to super chat choices. I know, I get it.
Yeah, no, this isn't going to be something where I pay to contribute. We're not doing
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Right. By the way, are you monetized yet?
Close. I'm getting there.
Okay. All right.
I just need my my public watch hours to hit the milestone, and then I will be.
Yeah. So Sheldor, Big Bang Theory with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I meant Born Again season 2. Okay. Glad for the clarification. I couldn't fit everything in. Also, pick one movie to keep and one to vanish. Spider-Man 4 or Supergirl. Wait, are we talking about like Supergirl like from the 80s or like the upcoming Supergirl?
I think
it's the upcoming.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's going to vote to keep that one from the 80s?
I don't know. Some people like that movie.
I have an interesting story about that.
Here we go.
I was watching my daughter. Her high school's putting on Fame, the musical Fame, and she wanted to see the movie. So we watched Fame last night. I've never seen it. I've never seen Fame. And
there was a TV show based on it too.
I've seen episodes of the TV show, but I never saw the movie. And we're watching the movie because my daughter wanted to see it. And the one girl, I'm looking at her and I'm like, why does this girl look so familiar? I know this actress. Who is this actress? So I had to look her up. And it was the actress who played Lucy Lane in the 1984 Supergirl movie.
What? That is so random. That is so random. Let's see. So one to vanish and one. Wait, keep one and one to vanish. Spider-Man 4, Supergirls. Anybody want to jump in on this one? Anybody have any strong feelings about it?
I'm happy to say we don't have to vanish either. I'm going to see both. But if I had to make a choice, I'd say Spider-Man. Get rid of Spider-Man because we've had 3 Spider-Man movies. I'm ready for a good Supergirl movie. We haven't had one yet.
Yeah, I would not wish to choose this, but if I had to, just me seeing Tom Holland and Spider-Man in the Avengers movies is enough for me. We're just showing up, and I don't need to see another whole movie about it. I'm pumped to see what Millie and the crew have cooking with Supergirl.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten a prime and proper adaptation of Supergirl yet in live action. One version or another's come close, and while Melissa was good in the role, I don't think the show around her was that great.
Right.
While I liked Sasha in the role, you really didn't get to see enough of her in it. And I mean, let's face it, she was really not. She didn't really have a lot to do in Smallville either. So, I'm hoping we actually get a prime and proper version of her.
I thought Helen Slater was terrific in the role, but that script was awful. I often wonder what that would have been if we got the Christopher Reeve version. Because I think Christopher Reeve was supposed to be in that movie and he decided he didn't want to do it. I think they pulled out key plot points because they had to get rid of Superman.
So they had to fill it in with whatever we ended up getting in that film, I guess.
They had to fill it in with Peter O'Toole holding a bottle going, squirt.
Well, I like that the math teacher is a wizard. And he's got a stick with feathers on it. And he's like, this is the Burundi wand, pure, unadulterated evil. Yeah. And I'm like, you're the math teacher. Does it help with long division? Why do you have it?
Yes, let's send her to Earth on a mission to, help preserve their bloodline. Oh no, we got to go off on this other lane to go to high school. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
All right. Let's see. What did I thought I had something set up here. Oh, anyway, anybody who the way you can participate to get this bonus little basket of items with a signed t-shirt from me is just chatting. Chatting is good enough to get you into the list. You get bonuses for super stickers and super chats. It really depends on what tier you pick. But again, if you participate enough, it can make up for super chats and super stickers. So just be very active in the chat. And at the end, I will take the 6 names, write them down, and then we will spin the wheel at the end of the month and figure out who's going to walk away with a basket of goodies. All right, so let's bring up the first topic here. Let me make sure I have this set up. No, not the Sesame Street thing. That wasn't what I was trying to pick.
So I sent you a few, not enough for a full, but if you want to mix either one of these in.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. We'll just
we'll
just use all of it. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about the Daisy Ridley stuff first. You guys want to talk about that? I think that's
sure
interesting because I don't know everybody's opinion on her. So this is going to be an interesting conversation. So we found out that Daisy Ridley is going to be coming back for a movie. She's going to be playing. It's based on a true story of an ICU nurse who became a ferocious MMA fighter. I don't know a lot about this story. Like, I don't really know all the details. So for me, it's like I'll probably go looking for it at some point. Killa B will tell the story of Brioni Tyrell. Brioni? Is that right? Brioni Tyrell? A mother of 2 with a master's degree in nursing and a degree in molecular biology, who worked on the ICU by day, navigating the challenges of NHS, and that night transformed into one of Britain's leading cage fighting prospects. You know what's really interesting is that this is very Sydney Sweeney coded. She just did a movie about like a person with a very big physical presence. I wonder if Daisy Ridley's gonna do something along those lines and bulk up for this role.
Well, honestly, it made me think of what they just did, like half a year ago, maybe even close to a year at this point. The thing they did with Emily Bett Rickards, that Queen of the Ring movie that they came out with.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw this, I thought immediately back to that movie.
I love this concept though. ICU by day and then at night cage fighter. I'm like,
yeah.
And it's Daisy. I'm like, I want to see that. Outside of Star Wars, I like her presence and stuff. Like, I think I've only seen a few of her stuff, but everything I've seen of her, I've liked. I know there's this movie called I Wish It Was the End of the World, or Wish I Was Dead. It's something that looked sad and depressing, but it looked good. And I might even make an own watch it tonight. But like, I like her presence, and if she can transform to a fighter or whatnot and still balance that out, I think that A, that'll be good for her, and B, it'll be an interesting prospect to see her in that lens. Like, again, as much as I am a Rey fan and I have my issues with the trilogy, I want to be able to talk to her about something else other than just Star Wars.
Are you talking about We Bury the Dead?
No, there was something else. I forgot the name of it, but it looked and sounded sad as hell.
So here is the actual person that she is portraying. So she isn't like bulky, like boxer size, but she's definitely a bit bulkier than Daisy Ridley is. So I think Daisy Ridley, unless they're going to do some sort of like visual element to it, will have to do some sort of like physical training to prepare for this role, for sure, 100%.
The movie's called Sometimes I Think About Dying. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's any other pictures.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
I hope it's good, because I feel bad. I like her, but she's just, since Star Wars, she's just done terrible movies. Like that Chaos Walking was awful, and The Cleaner, it was a complete ripoff of Die Hard, but not good. And it's like I want her to get a win.
She did this one called Young Woman in the Sea or something. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard like I'm like, it's a heartfelt, sports movie about something that I'm not too familiar with. I'm like,
yeah. Then there was that Kenneth Branagh film she was in.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Murder on the Orient Express. Yeah, I thought
I liked her in it.
That's probably the only hit she's had outside, because I mean they've made 2 sequels to that so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Moderate hit, at least.
I actually like those movies. I think they're pretty good. They're not my favorite movies, but I think they're pretty good.
I really like the second one. I didn't care for the third one too much. Haunting in Venice.
Oh, you like Death on the Nile?
Death on the Nile was really good.
Let's see. I'm trying to see.
No, that Orient Express movie has got a stacked cast in it. Aside from
All the
just
movies
her-
do. Just
Yeah.
I want to say also, this is one of those roles where I feel like the channels that hate her can really go hard on this one because it's a role about a very powerful woman, and that's typically something they immediately like
Dread.
Yeah, because this is somebody who is a mother who was going out and doing something passionate like this MMA fighting that she wanted to do, but also using her knowledge and her schooling to have a very meaningful career as well. Sounds to me like it's a great story, but I'm sure they're probably going to be all over it, attacking it. I'm expecting, since the news is very recent, this week we'll already see videos. If not, there's already videos out attacking her for this or making fun of her for this. I'm pretty sure
that fucking
Fuck
irritates the shit out of me and whatnot. Like, and again, I look at this shot of the real person in real life. That pose, that look, I could see Daisy like that. It just like you just gotta bulk up. And the thing is that people have to realize is that everybody's body behaves in different ways on how they bulk up and whatnot. So like, is there that aspect? And then the ability of like, you know, I'm already dreading hearing it. Like, she's not bulked up enough, or then like, what is this? You can't just do this, so. And it's
yeah, this is muscle. Like, look at her arm right
Yeah.
here in this shot. Like, look at this. This is muscle. So
I'm hoping this does good for her. I'm hoping I hope the movie is in a sort of win-win scenario where it's like it doesn't cost much to do, is of quality, and the word of mouth just like makes it nuclear for you to go like you got to catch it in theaters, even if it's in limited release, so and so and not.
I mean, I hope it can be one of those movies that just catches people's attention because, you know, it's an MMA movie. It's, you know, like a warrior type movie. You know, it's just your grounded story and not, this sounds bad, but maybe not so much catches their attention. Damn it, I can't talk. Catches their attention because, oh, it's the girl from Star Wars. Like, don't have that be the draw. Have it be, oh, it's this MMA story that just happens to star this person.
McLeod here going ironic given that Gina Carano is an MMA fighter and they goon all over. Well, the difference is that Gina Carano contributes to their echo chamber.
They didn't like her either until she started.
Right, until she started saying the stuff they wanted her to say.
Which is weird because again, someone who doesn't agree with Gina's takes on stuff, right off the bat, I liked her character in both season 1 and season 2. Now, do I think she was gonna, I even hate saying like this, but like, do I think she was a scene stealer or not? No, but I was like, cool. This is another aspect of female characters in Star Wars that I'm not used to seeing, and also the little bit tidbit I knew of her character had me intrigued. And like, again, like I've always said it, if Gina just cooled it, she would have had her own Disney Plus show, and it was being lined up down the road. But then, she stuck to her guns and let her voice out, and that's the case one up. But yeah, it's ironic how much of that stuff is now linked into that side of fandom.
What do you think about this comment here? LOL, Jake, we just had an MMA movie with the biggest star in the world. Look at the attention that got.
What, Smash Machine?
Yeah.
I mean, some are going to hit, some are going to not. That's just the way the business is.
I actually walked out of that one.
Really?
It wasn't that I hated it. Like, it wasn't a terrible movie. It was late at night. I was tired. I really wasn't kind of into the movie, and I just was like, I'm going to go. It was competing with sleep, quite frankly.
And Sleep won.
Yeah, Sleep won.
So
again,
overall,
you gotta experiment. Just because the last movie doesn't do good doesn't mean you gotta banish all the movies that want to tackle that genre. Right. I mean, to me, the one that from what I've heard, the MMA community isn't too particularly fond of, or at least some of the higher ranking people, Warrior. For me is one of the best films of the 21st century, and as far as I know, bombed at the theater, but it found its audience as soon as it hit physical media or any ranting, and it's like, when people think of Joe Edgerton, Gavin O'Connor, and even now Tom Hardy, it's like they think of Warrior. Like, I know I do.
Yeah, that's one of those movies where people, like, if they come to me and they say, hey, give me a movie to watch, just off the bat, that's one of the first few that I throw out there, just because it's easy to digest. I feel like it's very broadly accessible. It's able to draw people in, and they're not really paying attention to, oh wait, it's this person, oh, it stars this person. They're just drawn into the storytelling and the way it captures you, because that's the thing about movies. Maybe this is going to blow some people's minds. And this is again, coming from a film school grad, it's not about the story you're telling; it's the way you tell it.
Yeah, and I'm on the word of the night today is dread, I guess. But even the junkets for this, bunch of Star Wars questions, and it's going to be very interesting because people are going to ask it. Is that by the time this movie is shot and released, do we have her movie in Star Wars out yet, or is it in pre-production, post-production, shooting? Like, it's gonna be a fascinating dynamic that I feel for her already. I'm just like, that's the only question that's gonna be asked about.
Right.
Sadly.
I mean, sadly that's just how it is. Like, whenever you have actors that are a part of these big, franchise machines, a lot of their other stuff isn't pushed as much. You see people for the longest time. I mean, they just did it with I forget the name of it, but that movie that Rob Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence are in together, when he was doing press for it, almost immediately they started asking him Twilight questions. And about a franchise he was in over a decade ago, like not even Batman questions. They immediately went in with Twilight questions. And that just tells you how much some of these guys are, not by their own design, but in the eyes of a lot of the general public, how they are just pigeonholed to those IPs. And it's unfortunate.
Before we move on, I just want people's general opinion of Daisy in the Star Wars role, because we know that we're supposed to be getting something down the pipeline. Like, dislike, what are our general thoughts on Daisy as Rey?
She's my second favorite character of the sequels.
Wow.
I'm a Poe guy, and then Rey. I like Kylo Ren, but like, to me, and again, it's a fascinating dynamic I have with the sequel trilogy, where like I never was bored with them. I never had a bad experience in the cinemas. But looking back at it now, I hardly revisit the films other than The Force Awakens. And then, whenever I choose to revisit Rise of Skywalker, I just want to see John, Oscar, and Daisy together in the scene, because I was just like, they were so good off the bat in the first film. I'm like, let's just spend time with the three of them together in 2 movies. You don't have to follow the same notes and the same plan that the original trilogy did. Just put the 3 of them together. They all have good chemistry, and we didn't realize what chemistry Oscar and Daisy had until the last fucking movie.
Right.
It irritated the shit out of me. And I just like, I like her character. Sure, the debates of Mary Sue and all that stuff. I always bought it that she could handle herself, because she grew up in a fucking desert planet.
Yeah.
Her own staff, like, that seemed fine. Now, do I think some stuff felt like, oh, it was easy fix 1, 2? Sure, yeah, I did think some of that was easy fix, but that's the first movie. You had 2 more movies that you can handle stuff differently and whatnot. And again, I hope that if they do the movie that she's been announced to do with Star Wars, that like just make it simple, and me care about the character more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have me. And I think, again, what I appreciate about Rey and what Daisy did is that almost each day when I do see something Star Wars related and it's a female, I see somebody cosplaying as Rey. Either a kid or an adult, someone different race, maybe someone that are even non-binary, some that are the LGBTQ plus community. Like, that character means a lot to people in the way that Poe Dameron or Cassian Andor means to me.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Anybody else want to add on?
I agree completely. Rey and Poe are my 2 favorites too. I love Rey and Poe, and I can't wait for the Rey movie. Like, it's the Star Wars project I'm most excited for. Like, I kept saying I don't want to see these in between movies. I don't want to see these prequels. I mean, I'll go see them, but the future of Star Wars is Rey. That's the future, or post Rise of Skywalker. There's no continuity hanging over you. You don't have to worry about, well, if I tell a story here, I'm going to contradict what was said there. No, the future's wide open. That's what I want.
I mean, I'm really back and forth when it comes to Rey, because I think Daisy did good with what she had, you know, really showed as an actress. I didn't always love the way they wrote her character, and my biggest issues weren't even really things that she did. It was decisions that were made about her and things that happened around her. And like, I mean, one of the most frustrating things about Rise of Skywalker for me, which there were a lot, the whole Palpatine connection, wasn't a fan of that. You know, I think Rey works on her own, like if she, you know, builds who she is on her own steam, just like, you know, even though we got the prequels, I'm just going to use this example, you know, like we got the prequels, and yeah, you know, Luke and Leia are, you know, like they are Anakin and Padme's kids, but Leia didn't build, you know, who she was off of Padme's name. You didn't see any of that. I mean, even though we didn't know who they were yet, Leia was still her own person, and I feel like Rey could have easily worked just as well as her own person, which she was for a majority of it, but then they throw in that whole Palpatine connection, which, yes, you know, they brought in, you know, cloning and stuff in The Mandalorian, and that's how they tie all that stuff in. Wasn't a fan of that either, but to Ronan's point about, you know, how her, Oscar and John were supposed to be, you know, your new trio, your new Trinity, if you will. If that's the case, you know, you don't have to follow beat for beat what Han, Luke, and Leia did, but we really didn't get enough of the three of them together, I feel. And like, and not for them to recreate the original Trinity's dynamics, but we didn't get enough time for them to make their own and feel distinct. And right as we were starting to, that's when it was over.
Yeah.
And so I'm interested to see more of Rey. I would like it if maybe a different writer took the helm, because I want to see, you know, what I think was the best thing about Rey in the first movie is that, yeah, there were the pre-established characters around her, and she was one of your POV characters, I guess, if you will. But she was building her own name, and she was putting her own stamp in the world, and I want to see if she can do that separate from the Skywalker name. And that's honestly something I want to see for the franchise as a whole, like, because we've seen in projects like Andor that Star Wars can carry itself without the Skywalker name. So
yeah, and again, that's why I think she's so likable in the movie. I remember walking on the Force Awakens first screening, I was like, man, I did not think I would like the new characters more than I like the original characters in this movie. Doesn't mean I didn't cry seeing Leia again or Han again or Luke again or Chewie or any of the droids when I was like, no. But I was like, wow. From that first movie, they did a lot with the new cast that made me go like, I want to see more of them.
Yeah.
And it's sad that I had to, like, I read in passing like a little portion of this like young adult novel between something that takes place between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, and there's literally a scene or two of banter between Rey and Poe about flying and piloting and what they want to do when this war is over. And I was just like, why the fuck isn't a scene like that in the movies? Like, god damn it! Like,
yeah, that's what makes them real characters.
I had mixed feelings about the Palpatine connection, because I've said before, Rise of Skywalker is my least favorite of the Disney Star Wars movies, although I'll take it over any of the prequels any day of the week. But the Palpatine, I liked it better that The Last Jedi said that she was a nobody, she came from nothing. I thought that was more powerful.
Yes.
But at the same time, there is something very, very powerful to be said about a character who comes from something deplorable and says, that's not me. That's not who I'm going to be. I can make my own choices, and I don't need to be beholden to this. And one of the things that drives me crazy about like all the chuds and everything is they're always like, if you say Rey Skywalker, they're like, Palpatine, Rey Palpatine, Rey Palpatine. And I'm like, wait a minute. You believe in a world, or you're following a world where there are space wizards and the Force, and you can make rocks float, and you can tell the future, and you can do all these magical things with the Force. But you have a problem with a person changing their name. Something that could happen in the real world. I changed my name this year. I changed my middle name. Guess what? That's something you could do here. If I wanted to change my last name to Skywalker, I could have done that. So it's like the thing that you it broke reality for you was that somebody did something that could easily happen in our world.
Even though Star Wars has been doing that since the 70s.
And I agree with him in plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fetman here. If you want to read this out, Ronan, go ahead.
I love the idea of Rey being a nobody. We have a Jedi like Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Yoda who came from nothing and made a legacy for themselves.
Yep.
I agree with that notion. Like, I might as well with the Last Jedi, but the notion that she's not nobody's, again, it wasn't another setup for another novella or soap opera. Like, it was just like, yo, there were just people that like died, but the Force willed that we put you with people that you belong with and that support you, and it's just like, this is your, again, it's why I think what sometimes people with Star Wars miss the notion of found family that I love so much. Like, again, Han before Empire and before Return of the Jedi, mainly Return of the Jedi, Han, Leia, Luke, Chewie, 3PO, and R2, that was a found family. And maybe nobody said it, but that was a found family.
Yeah.
And I always, again, to Joe's point, people like the whole Rey Skywalker thing. People were like, what's actually Rey Palpatine? I always liked the notion. And again, it was always destined to be bumpy because, again, there wasn't that big of the monicum of a planning for this trilogy. In my eyes, again, I could be wrong, but in my eyes, I always thought the notion that, okay, the last movie is called The Rise of Skywalker, which doesn't sound conclusive for a trilogy and a saga. And you're putting to bed the Skywalker stuff, that bloodline lineage thing. I always thought it would have been poetic that, like, okay, maybe Rey doesn't adopt the last name Skywalker, but now they're no more, the Jedis are not called as Jedi anymore. They're called Skywalkers now. If you're a Jedi now, you're a Skywalker. And I always thought that was more beautiful and more poetry, the notion that, like,
it rhymes.
Much like the Jedi, they're not perfect, but they do their best to help others and whatnot. And like the Skywalkers have that destiny of, like, before Vader stuff, Anakin was doing his damnedest to help people. And if you look at the Clone Wars, more than the average Jedi cared about the kids or the people in the suburbs, or people that are from poor environment, because he grew up with nothing, with no money and his mom. And so I always found that notion of, like, no more Jedi. We're not called Jedi anymore. We're called Skywalkers.
Right.
And I was like, that would have been like, okay, you did something good there. By some miracle, you pulled something nice there that I would have.
And Anakin's another character that, came up from nothing and, made his own stamp in the world. Yeah, he became evil later, but like, just looking at his, tenure as a Jedi, it wasn't as though, he was, came from any, prodigal bloodline or anything. Like, he wasn't, some long lost ancestor of a forgotten Jedi. He was just somebody that saw what the Jedi were and aspired to be them, and then he was brought into the fold. He was brought in from, I guess, in a kind of a roundabout way, your typical hero's journey story.
The destined one.
Yeah.
Space Jesus. Yeah.
And, I mean, for all the people that say, that the prequels messed up with, the whole, like, being the chosen one and everything, he did technically bring balance to the Force if you look at it.
Yeah. In the long terms. Yeah.
Yeah. And, which is why a lot of people were upset with the whole Palpatine connection in the first place, because they're like, oh man, does this way make what he made in Return of the Jedi null and void? It's like, not exactly, but I get the frustration.
It does. Yeah. For me, at least it does. And again, I don't lose sleep over Rey Skywalker, but I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. And like, I think if you look at it now, Poe makes it out the end in Rey Skywalker. So does Finn. Poe, for those who don't know, Poe's parents in the comics and novels are veterans from the war. They fought in the rebellion, and bumped into like the big names like Han and Leia. Them, so they knew that like the Dameron, both his mom and his dad were veterans. So there's a whole angle that you can lean up with, like legacy from people who are not Force sensitive or Jedi Knights. That just came up from the war, generational people. You have Finn, who was taken and came up through the ranks as a stormtrooper, and now he's a rebel. Like, that's, to me, there's that legacy you think of, and Rey being the nobody and then her leading the charge. I thought that was such a perfect dynamic that you keep that and then you run with it later down the line if you want to revisit these characters.
Yeah.
So with that being said, where do we want to see Rey go from the end of the trilogy?
Well, something that they did in the sequels that I wish would have got more attention. I don't know if they'll bring this back, but the bit that you saw in Last Jedi, where Luke talks about all of the the ancient Jedi texts, you really didn't get to see a lot of that. I really wanted to because we would have seen more of the Jedi world building. Nice, but maybe Rey can rediscover those, and for this new generation that's coming into Star Wars, maybe reinterpret the meaning, and maybe reinterpret what those texts could be, or maybe it gets to the point where if she is the one that's carrying the Jedi forward, maybe she puts her own inscriptions into them for generations to come. We might see her as kind of like what we saw with Luke at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, where he is in his prime now. He is that symbol of hope that is there for all of the galaxy, basically, and that's how we'll see her make her stamp on her own without ties to any of the other pre-established characters.
Okay.
Just an idea.
Anybody else?
It's weird because the saga ends with her being like, she keeps those sabers or it keeps the text and whatnot. So she's gonna do something with those texts. And it's like we're gonna keep the cycle going again of the Jedi, and then they're gonna fall to the dark side. And so I always think that, to me now, having grown up with Luke, having grown up with Anakin, to me the epitome of what a Jedi should be is people like Qui-Gon Jinn, like Ahsoka. I love Luke. I love Obi-Wan. I love Anakin, and I love Yoda. But to me, Qui-Gon and Ahsoka have always been those two examples of they're the best of what Jedi should be. Hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not losing sleep for it. It's just that's quite a move.
Rey and Luke are by far my two favorites.
And I hope that Rey, because at one point she does call up in the Last Jedi, yo, you guys messed up, or no, Luke calls it up, we messed up, the Jedi messed up, they let, and I was I remember being ooh, stay with this, deal with it, and talk about it, that there is a movie right there, talk about stuff, and I hope that she does something, and I hope that she doesn't fall for the same tropes that the Jedi did during the prequels leading into the originals, I think.
And that was one of the best parts of Revenge of the Sith, is showing the flaws of the Jedi, and you saw that explored more in Last Jedi, and that was, again, I definitely have my issues with that movie, but that is something that I enjoyed. It's hey, we're coming back into this world, these characters again. They're still not perfect. They still made a lot of mistakes, and now we're past the point where we we're with the main characters, and now these new characters get to come in from an objective viewpoint and be hey, this is messed up. You guys really screwed the pooch here. So,
all right. Before we move on, Joe, what about you? Any wishes for Rey after the sequel trilogy?
I mean, I'm curious just to see where they take us. I don't know. I have faith in the writers. I'll just let them take me on the ride.
So you're very open to whatever they're willing to do, essentially.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what, and I'm probably going to mispronounce her name. I apologize. I'm excited to see what Charmaine Obaid Chinoy has.
I think that's pretty close. Yeah. We do have a super chat from Staggervore here, 199 super chat. Will Netflix include past seasons of Sesame Street? I believe the answer to that is yes.
I believe
I
so.
think they are. So you're going to get to go back and watch all those classic ones.
Here's a question. They have Brian Meal episodes where Brian Meal was Elmo's puppeteer, because those have been pretty much scrubbed from the internet. It's so hard to find any of the pre-Kevin Clash Elmos.
Okay. And Staggervore with another 99-cent super chat just to support the show. Thank you so much. We're only 3 away. It's any level 10 tonight. Do you see a chat you want to respond to, Joe? No,
not particularly.
Okay, I didn't know if there was something up there that because I had the other tab open. All right. So the other thing I want to talk about is what the choices are for tonight. So if we hit the goal tonight, here are the options. Some of them submitted by Jake. I'll let you guys decide which ones they were. So the Super Chat poll wins top 5 best DC castings in any media. So just like with the Marvel one, this is any media. So movies, TV shows, cartoons, any of that stuff. Top 5 worst video game adaptations. So it's instead of best, we're doing worst. Top 5 best 90s sci-fi films. So specifically sci-fi films from the 90s. And this one is top 5 most overhyped 2010 films. So movies that were hyped throughout their entire run, but you don't think they deserve the hype. So
and this is for tonight or for next stream?
This is next. This is on Thursday.
Okay.
This was Thursday. So that's it. We are now 8 out of 10. Who's super chatted just now? Hold on. Oh, Staggervore with another 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much, Staggervore.
Ronan, is that the Rogue Christmas Funko behind you there?
Yeah, the one I showed you. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so what do we have next here? I want to talk about the Stranger Things stuff. I want to talk about this because I made a video earlier, but I did a little digging, and I don't know how much of this is really accurate or if it's true. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let me get the let me pull up a tweet here. Where's that? Holy crap, did I really bookmark this many things? I feel like I did. Holy crap. How many do you have to scroll through to get to it?
It's endless.
I know. I thought I had it at the top, but I guess
never
not.
ends. Anyone can name what movie is that from. You are awesome.
I can't.
All right. I don't know where this tweet went. Holy shit. It just vanished. Maybe it's getting pulled down because I think the sources are in question.
Questionable sources on the internet?
Yeah. Okay. So essentially what we saw today, and I saw it on several websites, including People Magazine and Hollywood Reporter, talked about a accusation of harassment from David Harbour to Millie Bobby Brown prior to filming, meaning that this was something that had been happening previously, it going into the filming for the final season. Now, the source also provided a bunch of other random bits of news or whatever, but it does look like, actually, let me read. I know that I have the actual allegations here. So the report said that Millie Bobby Brown filed a formal complaint against David Harbour ahead of filming season 5 of Stranger Things. The complaint described as covering harassment and bullying, but not claims of anything sexual. Because I know a lot of people thought there might be some other shady shit going on. It's not. It is claims of harassment and bullying. This source says that there were pages and pages of accusations and that an internal investigation happened in between the seasons. Neither Netflix nor the representatives of Brown or Harbour have publicly confirmed the outcome of this investigation. I understand Netflix and David not saying anything, but her rep not saying anything is a little strange.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if the article that you have says that, but in the one that I read, it says that she had to film the series finale like with a rep present, like the scenes that they had. They were filmed with a rep present, apparently.
It says here the timeline appears to place the complaint before the filming of season 5, and the investigation ran into the production period. The media coverage also connects 2 separate issues involving Harbour's personal life, his separation from his wife, Lily Allen, and something else that happened, and those are distinct from Brown's allegations. Now, here's the issue. This is what's not clear in this scenario. The specific details of the alleged bullying harassment, what exactly happened and in context, have not been made available to the public. So we don't know. It's a very gray area in terms of what happened. The result of the internal investigation remains undisclosed, and there's no confirmation that anything even happened because no one is saying anything. So there's no disciplinary action or anything like that. Because reporting is based mainly on one media outlet, which, by the way, is the Daily Mail. just so everybody is aware. If you're not familiar, Daily Mail is not the most reputable outlet. Using an anonymous source, the veracity and completeness of the claims are somewhat murky. The complaint reportedly did not include any sexual misconduct allegations. That reduces the scoop, but doesn't diminish the seriousness of bullying and harassment. So this is one of those situations where just an accusation can fuck you over. Honestly, because we've seen it happen before. People get accused of stuff, and when no one wants to come out and say what really happened, it leaves it up to the court of public opinion. And the court of public opinion is not kind when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Nope.
So let's look at this from both sides, and then I want to get everybody's opinion on this. If this did happen and there were no actions taken, and all of this is true, that's fucked up, and Netflix should have done something about it. Period. Right? But if it didn't happen and no one's saying anything, it's only going to negatively affect David Harbour. Right? Because he's the one that's being accused of the harassment and bullying. So he's already going to lose fans over this because that's just the way this works. Some people are just going to not support him. They're going to boycott shit with him in it simply because there's been an accusation made, right?
You're just going to have people that go off the headline and nothing else.
Right. So what is everybody's thoughts on this? Do you believe any of this? Is this something that's going to affect your viewing pleasure of Stranger Things? Are you not going to support anything with David Harbour in it? I really just want to hear everybody's kind of opinion on this.
Man, this one is interesting. Here's the thing. I'll say this. That I don't know if it'll affect my viewing about it because up until this point, they've come off as decent people and talented actors, and I appreciate that about them. Granted, we are weeks away from the season dropping, at least the first third part of it. And I'll say this about this article and all this stuff coming out. When the whole Depp and Heard stuff came out, as far as my recollection goes, I didn't go immediately going, team, I was like, what? Johnny Depp, really? I heard he's very, at that time, I think that I remember was just like, wow, he seems very, what's the right word? Charismatic, and he got the whole thing and whatnot, but he had at that point had done a lot of charity stuff, and like he seemed like a decent person who just liked his own privacy and whatnot. And then all that stuff blow up, and it felt like people were just jumping on Hurt's defense and all that. Which again, I don't blame people for wanting to support women when it comes to abuse, or harassment. But soon, right afterwards, not even soon, but like within the next following years, stuff started coming out, and then that trial happened, and then more stuff coming out, and then people were going, wait, what the fuck? And it's just like, it goes to show that I'm not going to choose sides. I'm not going to do saying this and this and this until everybody shows their cards, specifically both Millie and David. And part of me does feel like this is none of my business. It's between two people that should be dealt with between them. I don't have to get involved in every single thing like this. But because I do watch their stuff, I hope that this is BS, or at the very least, I hope this was just something that just happened a while back. They both addressed it and made peace with it. And then this stumbled upon someone's article and was like, it's slow news day. Let's just put this up. And but again, we won't know fully until we hear from both parties. And again, I don't want to hear parties. I want to specifically hear from both of them specifically. And see how I feel about that. But I'll say this, if this is true and it's a continuing, there's been no resolve, no peace, I will be bummed out.
Anybody else have any thoughts on it? Oh, before that, though, I want to point this out here. Actually, other outlets have reported on it, which is the only reason I'm even talking about it. I've seen it on The Wrap. I've seen it on people.com. I've seen it over on Screen Rant. There's other articles that are reporting on it. They're just sourcing the Daily Mail.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it. Everybody.
Yeah. Go ahead. Anybody else?
I'm disappointed because, last week it came out about his cheating on his wife and everything.
Right.
So I don't know. It kind of creates a feeling that maybe David Harbour isn't such a nice guy. which is disappointing because I always liked him. But like you said, these things come out, they make headlines. But if the person, if it comes out to not be true, does that make the same headlines? I mentioned just a little while ago Kevin Clash performing Elmo on Sesame Street. Kevin Clash made Elmo the success he is today, and he was accused of some sex crimes against a minor. They weren't true. It didn't happen. The charges were dropped. Nothing happened. But do people know that? People think to this day that he did these things because the headline made news. All charges dropped. That wasn't headline news.
But also, I also want to point out when anything happens, whether it be harassment, bullying, any of this stuff, if someone is found not guilty, there's still going to be people that believe they did it.
True.
So all it takes is an accusation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So I don't know, and we need to hear details. I would need to hear details. Like, what exactly happened? Like, what is bullying? What is
harassment?
I don't know. I need to know how bad it was. Like
at the 2018 Paley Fest, they kind of joked about how they carried a little bit of their on-screen like father-daughter drama into real life, and they kind of laughed about it. I'm wondering if that charm wore off as she got older. Like as she got older, did David still talk to her and treat her that way, and she got tired of it? And I'm only saying that based if this is true, because we don't know if this is true or not, right? So we're not sure. The other thing is that at Paley Fest, they seem to be very okay together on stage and stuff. And another thing is, if it's not true, I feel like Millie's rep should have came out and said, no, there was nothing ever. We never filed any charges against David Harbour.
I gotta ask, Jason Deerham in the chat is saying things like, to her, bullying is someone saying no. Do you have inside information? Like, I mean, do you know what was going on set? Because you're talking with authority, like you know what happened.
Yeah,
maybe you do. Maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Maybe you do.
Jake, any thoughts on this at all, or are you going to still watch Stranger Things, or did you never watch Stranger Things?
Well, this is a whole it's a messy can of worms. It makes me think, if there's pages upon pages of accusations, why is this only now supposedly a problem instead of years back, if this has been a recurring issue? So that is the first thing that I have questions on. If this isn't true, then why aren't people shutting it down instead of just saying silent? And even then, so I want to try to give people the benefit of the doubt here, but say whoever reported this Daily Mail, say they got their information wrong, you would think Millie or David or whoever would have contacted them and said, hey, this is also this is incorrect. I would like to think that Millie herself wouldn't stage that lie or put it out there. I would like to think that
yeah, we have to remember that this source has never claimed to be connected to Millie or David or anybody.
And that's my biggest thing, is that there is no legitimate actual evidence. Like right now, it's just all hearsay.
Right.
So until I see something concrete, then I don't really have an opinion one way or another. I see what's laid out in front of me, and it's not enough.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I'm not saying I'm going to go prying for it or losing sleep over it, but
if anything else comes out, obviously we'll talk about it and cover it and all that.
I hope the individuals involved handle it the right way.
Yeah. By the way, now that we're at the end of the very serious topic, I want to give a shout out to Staggervore here, coming through, cleaning up with the super chats, getting us to 10, which is our goal, which means we will be doing whatever you guys vote for on that list. So thank you so much, Staggervore. Also, guys, make sure you're keeping track of your XP on the top fans bar. You'll be able to track that at the top. Again, top 3 in either chat will be entered into the drawing for the end of the month. So, and you can see, it'll tell you how much XP you get if you wanted to super sticker or anything like that, it does tell you, but you don't have to. You can just chat and get your points that way. South Texas Shark here is a member for 35 months. Thank you so much for the support. South Texas Shark says, what is your favorite cold weather meal? What do you like to eat in the cold weather? I think he's talking about like chili or soup or something like that. That kind of.
I'm a sucker for chicken corn chowder soup.
Okay.
I like birria, and I like. I mean, you really can't go wrong with tacos al pastor with a nice horchata to balance it out, and some radish cut in slices.
Ooh, that sounds so good to me.
I'll go with you know what? I'm a sucker for French onion soup, so I'll say that.
I like pizza.
I was literally gonna say, I've had in the weather being, in like 20 degrees, 30 degrees, having 2 slices of pizzas in my hand, and I'm like, that's one of the sweetest things I've ever had in my life.
I'm always down for pizza.
I immediately thought of multiplicity when Eric said that. My God.
Oh,
pizza goes on wallet, Steve.
Let me tell you, while we're talking about pizza, I have created the best at-home pizza that I've ever had, and it was a total accident.
Oh.
So we have a little farmer's market where you can go and get fresh made stuff. And there's a little couple that makes like fresh pizza dough. So I would always buy that pizza dough. And Eric likes pizza, water equals wet. So I always get the fresh pizza dough. When I came home from work the other night, I accidentally used the wrong kind of red sauce on my pizza. Now, typically I use like a pizza sauce with like all your like normal pizza spices and things like that in it. But for some reason, we had a jar of, how is it pronounced? Spicy arabolado sauce. I can't remember what it was. You're muted, Joe, by the way. You're still muted.
I'm chewing, so I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be on mic.
That's okay. That's all right. I was like, he's muted. Is he trying to talk? But anyway, so I covered the pizza in this red sauce that looks like just normal. There it is. Arrabbiata, Jasmine. Thank you so much. I covered it in this sauce, right? I didn't look at the can, which was my first mistake. And all we had was like Tillamook cheese, which I don't know if anybody's ever had Tillamook cheese, but we didn't have any of the normal cheese, the shredded mozzarella that I would use. So I used the thick slices of Tillamook with this sauce that I had no idea what it was. And I threw some old world pepperonis on top, the little cupping pepperonis, a little bit of bacon on top of it, the really crunchy bacon. And I cooked it, right? So I pull it out of the oven and I take a bite, and immediately the sauce tastes strange to me. But I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. What the fuck? I took another bite of it. I'm like, this does not taste like the normal pizza sauce that I order online. And I looked, and it was like this arrabbiata sauce. And I was like, this is the best fucking pizza sauce I've ever had. So my suggestion is, if you're going to make a pizza at home and you're using your own sauce and you like a little spicy kick that still tastes like tomato sauce, grab some of that sauce and use that instead of the normal stuff you would use. It is incredible. I'd probably even have it with pasta. It's just that good. And again, I'm not a super spicy person, but it was so fucking good. Matter of fact, since that accident happened, I've made pizza at home 4 nights of the 7 nights since that happened, with different size crust just to put that sauce on it because it's so fucking good.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of a pizza hack here, if you will. And this is something to do, like whenever you're having a pizza that's delivered to you. So like it's still hot in the box. So I'm going to give you these little simple steps to make the pizza that just got delivered to you even better. So what you do is you preheat your oven to 400. You put your pizza just on a baking sheet, lined with aluminum foil. You top with some sprinkle of Italian seasoning, basil, red pepper flakes, and grated cheese. You bake it for about 5-7 minutes, and then that instantly makes whatever you're having like 10 times better.
Okay.
Notice that with multiple different pizzas that I've had. that set of instructions makes it so much better.
All right. So it says that I got a little error that says it lost the audio from my screen share, but I wasn't linking audio. We were just looking at articles. So I'm not totally sure why that did that. Anyway, here's the next thing I want to talk about. This is interesting. I actually have another AI thing we're going to look at here in a second. But this one's interesting because it does come from a studio or from media, I guess, that I love. So the Japanese content trade group Coda, whose members include Studio Ghibli, has issued a letter to OpenAI demanding the AI company stop using their content to train Sora 2. Sora 2 is the one where you're getting like actual, like full videos and stuff like that in it. Coda has confirmed that a large portion of content produced by Sora 2 closely resembles Japanese content or images. Coda has determined that this is a result of using Japanese content as machine learning data. In cases, as with Sora 2, where specific copyrighted works are reproduced or similarly generated as outputs, Coda considers that act of replication during the machine learning process may constitute copyright infringement. We're going to see the shit hit the fan, probably, I would say, in the next 6 to 8 months, where these companies that are selling products for people to make with AI are going to have to start paying copyright. They're going to get sued.
This started when people were just making pictures, like images on social and make it in the Ghibli style. And people wonder, wait, what the fuck? This isn't Ghibli. Like, nobody drew this like that. Like, you're just basing it off our style. Not even drawing it yourself. You're using AI to do it. Yeah, this is, again, George R. R. Martin, Ghibli now. Like, it's the snowball effect.
Yeah.
Just rumbling down the field. And God knows who's going to hit.
Any company that gets involved with AI to make things now when this AI stuff is already involved in copyright infringement shit it's a bad idea. Like, these lawsuits are going to scare people away from using AI companies because of this reason. Because if this happens, say for example, you used AI Sora to make a animated film that gets a distribution deal with one of these other studios. Once that lawsuit happens and they end up in court, it affects everybody who's got any financial stake in the project they're working on. This is bad for AI, and this is going to be the guardrails we've been asking for. Now, whether or not it's going to be good, I don't know, because, I think we have an antiquated DMCA system right now that we still deal with YouTube and stuff. Matter of fact, AI is being used by Netflix to find and copyright claim any of their material, and it copyright claimed their own fucking trailer on their own Twitter. Literally the Stranger Things official Twitter, their trailer for this season got copyright claimed by Netflix because Netflix is using AI to claim copyright.
That was a bit of an ass backwards move, wasn't it?
So I think what we're going to have to see here is they're going to have some sort of regulation on this. I actually had an argument with somebody on Twitter about this, that I'm like, AI artists aren't real. Like, is AI actually making art? Yes, it's a system that aggregates and then pastiches together, makes a collage, a very sophisticated collage of things to create an image out of it. So it is manufacturing some type of art, right? It is doing that. The people typing in the prompts aren't doing enough for me to constitute them as artists. They're just not. Because you don't buy a paintbrush that has the skills of Jim Lee. You know what I mean? Like, or a pencil or a pen. Those types of things are in the person that's holding the tool. When we're talking about using AI as a tool, it has to be used in a very specific way. And full on, like, generation of content, like making something from scratch, is not enough for me to constitute as somebody being an artist. It's just not.
I mean, just because you download a paint software doesn't mean that your, digital paintbrush has Bob Ross's digital hand attached to it. It doesn't mean that.
Well, we've seen pictures of AI artists where the name of the original artist is in the actual fucking recreated thing, So, Joe, you got to jump out of here.
Yeah, before I go, it's hard to believe, but I have actually seen. I know this is really, really, really hard to believe, but I have seen some AI art that is better than Rob Liefeld.
I mean, the bar on that is very low. But anyway, no, thank you for hanging out, Joe. I appreciate you being here.
Hey, thanks for having
We'll see
me.
you tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm doing my show tomorrow. So
Okay.
hopefully. By the way, did you get your codes? The digital codes came out.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I won the 90210, one of the winners of that contest. So
Are you,
shout out to
you going to
Paramount.
make the stream tomorrow, or are you going to be watching 90210?
I will probably make the stream tomorrow. So we'll see. It's a lot to watch. Anyway, thank you, Joe. We'll see you later.
Yeah, man.
But like I had this argument where like I just don't consider writing prompt. Are you someone that is helping the system create the work? Yes. Are you the actual artist? No. That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? Like you are essentially it's the same thing as standing over the shoulder of somebody who can draw and saying, I want you to draw this thing. This is how I want it to look. And then that person draws it. That person is the artist. You are not.
Right.
Yeah, you're a supervisor. You're a director. You're not the actual person on the ground doing the thing or not. You're not like
It's like the opposite of Ratatouille. It's like, you're controlling the person that does the job.
So for me, it's very simple here that this kind of like pushback on AI is going to, for better or worse, create some sort of framework for what is okay and what isn't. I'm usually right about this, so let me just go ahead and throw in what I think is going to happen here. This makes the most sense to me because it's the way it's always worked. AI is going to push and push and push until they actually end up going to court over this and some type of law is created. What's going to happen is they're going to have to pay studios to use their artwork. So then the individual artists that are working for these studios will either sign off on letting their work be fed to this machine, or they're going to have to go to a studio that isn't doing that. So that's what's going to happen. I think it's this trade group here, Coda, will never allow that to happen. I think we will never see Japanese art done this way because they would find it to be absolutely disrespectful to the work that goes on into this. I'm pretty sure any of these studios that work closely, especially with like Studio Ghibli, would not do that. I could be wrong, but I think, that's not going to happen. As for American companies, a lot of them will sign off on this if there's money to be made, which means they'll say, hey, you can use our characters. K-pop Demon Hunters, right? We love K-pop Demon Hunters. Sora would love to use that style to train some of our stuff. And then we can cross-promote K-pop Demon Hunters' second movie by letting people create their own K-pop Demon Hunters art. There you go. Congratulations. We're going to let you feed all that to your system. That's what's going to happen. And they will do it for money. So this will start that process. The end process will be individual companies getting paid tons of money to feed their artwork directly into these machines, whether we like it or not. And at that point, it comes down to the individual companies, and there's not a lot that can be said about it, because once they start doing that, it is all on them as a company. But I will say, let me stop sharing so I can reshare and see if I get the audio to work again, even though I don't think it matters. Speaking of AI nightmares, I saw this today, and even if the audio doesn't work, it doesn't really matter because it's probably going to get copyright claimed. The AI stuff doesn't get claimed, but the music will for sure. So Coca-Cola's annual Christmas commercial is AI generated again for a second year in a row.
Oh, no.
Come on.
The company used even fewer people to make it this year. So they cut back the already skeleton crew art force they had. It says here, we need to keep moving forward and pushing the envelope. The genie is out of the bottle and you're not going to put it back in. That sounds absolutely disgusting to me. It's absolutely disgusting. And the commercial is ugly as fuck.
Someone said that while counting their bills, like in their office, and they probably... Never mind, I'm not going to say that last part. Anyways.
Let me mute it. Hold on, go ahead. Let me mute this.
Whoever thought this was a good idea to make this Coke commercial was probably consuming too much of the other kind of Coke.
It looks ugly. Like every shot of it is like the center frame fucking zoom in, zoom out. There's no fucking cinematography to this at all. It looks so artificial. I can't believe we reached a point where I can tell the difference between whether or not a commercial was made by an actual person or if it was made by a fucking computer.
Well, the
This
thing
looks so soulless.
With how, granted, just at this screenshot right now, or if you go back a few seconds to that shot with those otters or whatever the fuck they were, you can see, and maybe this is just my eyesight, but you can see the digital markers all over it.
Well, not only that, but it's always like this is the way AI does this. There's no dynamic camera angles, really. It's like this: zoom in,
Static shots.
zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. And even when it's moving, it almost looks like it's not actually the picture that's moving; it's the object in the center that's moving.
And I've said this so many times. Whenever they make something that actually moves, it's the same 1 to 2 patterns on loop, on repeat, and you start to notice that trend very quickly.
Right here, that's the same. That's the same shot every time.
Yep,
that's the same shot from the beginning. Here's that same shot again. Same shot again. It's the same fucking shot. Here's the mirrored. The shot is mirrored on the other side of the screen.
I wish this pushes some huge fan online who knows animation. At the bare minimum, it does like a quick 5-10 second like sequence with a Coca-Cola sign and be like, here's your new holiday Coca-Cola commercial that like I'm not gonna make any money out of it, but it's not AI generated, it's hand drawn. It's
oh god, that was awful. Did you see that? Right here where the walking was. Hold on, let's go back. I want to mute it because I don't want the music to get us. But watch here this shot with the character walking. It looks awful. Watch. Right here. That's awful.
Oh my god. Did you see that truck too? It looks like it's made of rubber. Oh my god. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Pretty much.
By Real Magic AI.
God, I don't feel good.
Not the term real magic with an AI video. Like
I don't feel good right now.
Yeah, please, anybody who knows bare minimum animation. I wish I knew animation so I could just do my own like 10-15 seconds, but put online. Here you go. Everybody share this.
No offense here, King Mike Todd's like I'm not even going to compare it to the Flash CG. We're talking about something from 10 years ago, right? But the thing is that
he's talking about the movie.
Oh, well, then the movie. I thought you were about the TV show. The Flash movie we already determined wasn't totally CGI. It was like these really bad, like I wouldn't even be surprised if they were AI in that movie, to be honest. It looked really bad, those shots.
The people at the end?
Regardless, yes. But regardless, that trailer, I hate to say this, if you can't tell that it looks like shit, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. I just don't. It's not good. There's no life to every movement is forward, backwards. And like Jake was saying, turning left, trucks turning left. Oh, wait, there's one shot of the trucks turning right, but it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
It's the same repeated motion. If we're going to look at more
it's
AI
fucking
stuff,
bad.
If we're going to look at more AI stuff, I need alcohol.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugh.
So your bar is that you've seen worse. That's the bar. Right? The bar isn't that it looks bad in general. It's that you have personally seen things that are worse than that. So it's okay to put out AI slop. Got it. Cool. Noted.
Just because you've seen something worse than this doesn't mean that.
So it's good, Jake. No, it's good. He's seen worse. That means it's good.
Yeah. Better does not mean good.
Yeah, I've got a drink that's half shit and it's like 30% shit. The 30% drink the 30% shit drink doesn't taste as bad as a 50% shit drink. So I guess it's okay. I guess it's all right. No, it's not.
Well, now you know how V8 fusions are made. Kidding.
Oh, gross.
This is coming
right.
from somebody who drinks V8 fusion.
I could say this: if you just base it on the previous Coca-Cola commercials, they look better than that. And those are from like, you go back to the 80s. The ones in the 80s were better than that.
Give me the skating bear, please.
Yeah, it's just it's awful. It really is. It's just fucking crazy.
Hey, you know what the best Coca-Cola commercials are?
Which ones?
The Batman ones.
Oh, okay.
You remember all the Diet Coke commercials back in the day? God, those were classic.
Well, Chris, I don't drink. I'm not a big fan of Coke. I'll have it if it's the only thing that they have wherever I'm at, but that's not the first thing I would ask for. The desperation of companies is pretty obvious. If Coke is trying to cut corners with AI commercials and they're like double downing on it, that means that they're a little bit concerned about the future of their company. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I have not had soda in over 3 years.
Yeah. Well, I think they said that Coke was the most popular for a while, and then something else got close to it. Hold on, let me double check here.
Darren said he might try to make it for the lists.
Well, he needs to hurry up. It's an hour and 30 minutes where we're about to get started. So it says in the U.S., Coke is still number one, but the soda market itself is under pressure, and Coke has been seeing a decline.
Regular small bottles are going for $30 now. It's like nobody wants to spend that amount of money. It's just like it's a chokehold.
Yeah, I did see Hylian that Coke is rebranding Pibb Extra back to Mr. Pibb. I did see that. Well, the thing is, cherry flavored sodas are becoming more and more popular. So things like cherry Pepsi, Coke, cherry Coke, Mr. Pibb, even Dr. Pepper, which isn't really a cherry flavored soda. It does remind people of cherry.
Yeah, well, it's got its own cherry flavors too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Pepsi's better. I agree with this. I like Pepsi better than Coke, but I'm not a big fan.
Even when I drank soda, I really didn't drink Pepsi. My go-to soda when I drank it, for a time it was Mountain Dew, but then the ones that I was stuck to for the longest amount of time were Sprite and ginger ale.
You didn't offend me. Like if I was mad, you guys would know I was upset about something. I'm just very passionate about stuff, so sometimes it comes across that way. There's a lot of my friends that are like, you get so angry about stuff sometimes. I'm like, I'm not really angry. I'm just very passionate about stuff. I care. Look, let me put it this way. I give a fuck about art. I love art. It's literally what I do for a living, whether it be music or painting or doing stuff on Etsy shops, things like that. I live and breathe art. It is my entire career. Being here on YouTube, talking about this stuff, everything that I have done in my adult life to make money has been connected to art. So when I see people trying to circumvent the creation process, these corporate, like Coke doesn't give a fuck about you guys. Okay. Make this very clear. Coke as a company doesn't give a fuck about you. Right. So when they try to circumvent paying artists for work that could literally launchpad their career for the rest of their lives to put AI slop out of it, yeah, I get fucking mad about it. I get mad about it because I presume that we're all here because we like movies and TV shows and cartoons and comic books and shit like that. I presume that's why we're all here. Newsflash to anybody that has any sort of like other way of thinking about this, AI is going to destroy that shit, man. It's going to destroy it. It literally will destroy that community without any, in that business, that hobby without any sort of regulation. So when I see a company as large as Coke doubling down on AI, I get disgusted. It makes me really sick to my stomach. Because you think about like the idea of AI for us to joke around with on the internet and make fun little videos. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck if you want to change your profile picture to some AI photo of yourself looking like The Rock. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. I care about these large companies getting rid of entire art departments to put out AI content. Whether it looks good or bad, it is unethical in my opinion. And that will always be my stance. And I don't care if people warm up to AI anymore. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm never going to defend a company firing people like they bragged about. We did it this year with even less people. They fired people. The AI artists who were there got their AI asses fired. They helped them last year and then they got fired this year. That's crazy.
Not only is it unethical, I feel like it's just a complete disrespect to the hard work that it takes to do this stuff for the longest time, and then the hard work that it still takes to put good quality stuff out there now. It completely shits on that.
Yeah, Matt Jarbo already jumped in my Twitter, by the way. Let me see if I can find the tweet here. Look, I don't have a problem with Matt, but he jumped on my Twitter about this. So there's nothing personal here. But let me see if I can find it here. Where's it at? Oh, right here. I'll share this tab. Right here. All right. So I shared this over on Twitter where somebody put AI artists aren't just pressing buttons. Our tool is our computer, our brushes, cameras, clay for others. No, it's not. It's fucking not. You guys aren't like your computer is taking someone else's skill and copying their skill without their permission.
Pressing the button just means the machine does it for you. That's not you.
That's what it's doing. Like literally, I was like, AI prompting is not art. And I stand by that. Fuck that. So then Matt Jarbo comes in and says, it is, unless you're a gatekeeping fool. Well, I will gatekeep. I will gatekeep real artists when it comes to this fake AI slop bullshit. I will do that. You criticize those opinions you don't like over movies. You say you don't like liars and people who spread misinformation, but here you are ultimately pushing back against someone's intent into what they want to create, even if the tool will interpret that for them. Those are two completely uncomparable things.
What?
Like it's not even comparable, Matt. I'm sorry. It's just not.
Yeah,
I'm struggling to find the correlation there.
We talked about this during the whole droid stuff, right, Jake? With Jordan.
Yeah.
AI, all stuff is inevitable. It's bound to happen. So the thing is, for me, the current state where we're at, I don't trust us as a species to properly use
that's real. I feel that.
Or to have both hands on the steering wheel. You know, people even now with animation, people don't like digital animation as much as hand drawn. And like, I can understand it to the extent, but also it's inevitable. I just hope that when we put into new technology or learn new ways to art and whatnot, that we don't suddenly abandon the tools and the knowledge of the past just because we can save a buck on the market and whatnot. Because then that feels like the strength, the energy, the time you put into this new art is cheap. And you look at the stuff nowadays, when great animation, when great pieces of art take time, it's because it's fucking hard and nobody's shortcutted around it. No. That's my issue with a lot of this stuff.
No, and then all those new ways that they discovered and honed to make those products that are so well regarded, all of those processes that took so long. Now with AI, it's like they're wanting to shortcut it and they're not wanting to learn anymore. And as a result, they trust the machine to do it for them rather than something that they themselves have learned instead of something that is made by another person, learned, quote unquote. I hate the fact that I'm even saying that, but it's like people don't really want to even try anymore. And I feel like it's cheapening a lot of these products. That's pretty clear that that's what's happening. And what terrifies me is I pray to God that this does not happen. But if somewhere down the line they do some sort of AI presentation or feature, I really, really hope that does not become a hit. And I've made this point more than once. If you want to have AI as an element in your feature, in your presentation, and have it be, some sort of storytelling device, maybe some sort of technical tool, sure, that's fine. Having your entire thing based and made with nothing but AI, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. By the way, Darren has showed up just in time because we're going to jump into our game right after this.
And Darren is still Mario.
Yeah. So my response here was, I stand by my opinion. If a writer steals another person's word, it's plagiarism. We don't put up with that because we value the work of other people in art. AI is not being held to that same standard. I will gatekeep AI because it's a theft of art. And I still believe that, right?
He goes, plagiarism.
But then he goes, a remix isn't a theft. It is, because remixes typically pay to the studios, or the studios pay them to do the remix. If I go out here and I remix a song that I don't own and I upload it to YouTube, guess what's going to happen? It's going to get copyright claimed.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. You're talking about a legal version. Like, could you remix something illegally? Yeah, sure. But it's still illegal. It's still illegal. I could not remix a fucking episode of Star Trek and then put it up on YouTube like I own it, and they're just like, oh, cool. He changed some of the scenes, so it's his now. No, that's not how that fucking works.
Oh, you mean like the bootleg of Phantom Menace that's out there?
That I literally said, I disagree. There are tons of examples of artist signatures being on AI generations. The courts will eventually have to decide. And that was my final response, because he didn't reply to me. I'd stand by all of this. I will fully 100% gatekeep fake AI art when it comes to real people making art. Because computers don't have feelings. So fuck their feelings. I don't care. Anybody that's participating in AI art as a prompt generator, you are literally not doing anything except putting words in that someone can copy and paste and then use themselves because it doesn't require skill.
Yep.
Full stop. Anyway, let me get off my fucking soapbox. Anyway, Cameron came through with a $1 super chat just to support the show. Thank you so much, Cameron. I do appreciate it. So let's see here. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to who's staying for the list? Is everybody staying? I guess.
Who's just giving the death stare there?
Yeah. So the list is going to be top 5 best Disney animated characters in your personal opinion. And this is across everything. So it's not just TV shows or anything like that. It's movies, even the ones that are like Lion King live action, because that's all digital animation. So
don't spoil Darren's whole list.
Before we get into this, I want to remind everybody right now, these are the people at the top of the XP list. If you would like to get on that list before the end of the stream so you can enter into the contest. Right now, over on the Debunks channel, we have Super Nav at number 1. Albedo 5455 is number 2. And Ghost Suck Game is number 3. So you're the top 3 over on the Debunks channel. Over on the Reloaded channel, let's see what we got here. Who are the top fans over here? We have at number 1, The Big Bang Theory Sheldor is number 1. Number 2 is Screwface Capone. And number 3 is Staggervore. So there we go. If you would like to participate, just be active in the chat. You can also gain bonus XP from doing things like super stickers and super chats. But just chatting is enough to participate. But if you want to see how much you would get for a super sticker or super chat, look at the top fans list. It'll tell you, and you can make that determination for yourself. You don't have to do it, but there we go. Superior, not super. Okay, sorry, Nav. You're still on the list right now.
Superior chats.
Yeah, superior chats. No, I said super Nav. It's superior Nav. I screwed up his name.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, so let me get the wheel. Oh no, I got the wheel over here today. Let me get the wheel ready. All right, we're gonna do.
There's too many characters to choose from.
Oh my god. Darren. Jake.
Maybe a top 100. All right.
Ronan.
All right.
I'm really curious to see what you guys are going to pick.
Yeah, same. I made like a list of 10, so I should be safe with this. Shouldn't have to reinvent.
And just to be clear, it's Disney, originated like.
No. It's anything Disney has owned previously or owns now. Anything.
Like even Marvel and Star Wars and all that.
If it's animated,
I'm going to pick all Star Wars.
If it's animated, it counts. If it's animated, you just have to list. You have to list what version you're doing, like where it came from.
All right.
Jake, you could just do all X-Men characters.
I was literally thinking that.
Jake and I are gonna go poaching this probably the same stuff and whatnot.
I mean, I'm gonna try to be not so predictable.
I'm not even tapping the. Oh man, there's so many I could choose.
I feel like I know at least 2 of Darren's. I feel like I know at least 2.
I'm thinking about not going with the obvious ones. Like, how crazy would it be if I just picked no Lion King?
All right, so the wheel is kind of different tonight. Starting this month, we're going to be doing something a little different.
Oh no.
The way it's going to work is there are other options on the wheel besides just your names. And there will be wheel spinning at the end of each turn. So
wow, Darren's got to really bring his phone up close so he can see. He's doing this number.
All right, so This is going to be so
Alright.
much fun.
Alright.
All right. So the way this wheel works tonight is there's a little
Oh
bit
my
of spookiness
God.
in it, right?
Oh shit!
If it lands on your name,
This is Wheel
Then-
of Fortune.
yeah, if it lands on your name, all of the extra things go away, meaning that anything that has your name connected to it gets removed from the list, right? If it doesn't land on your name, there's an opportunity for you to get either a bonus or a negative, meaning that you get the opportunity to give one more additional answer, or you lose one of your options. So you go from 5 to 4.
Oh damn it!
So the wheel will determine that. There is a spin again here. So ideally, in a perfect world, you just want your name to get picked before it lands on any of the other stuff.
Interesting.
Okay.
I like this game.
Shit.
All right. Before we get
yeah,
into
you-
this,
you like it now, Darren?
Cameron, I see your super chat. We'll talk about that as soon as we're done with this. I promise. By the way, in the chat, positive stuff tonight is going to be pumpkins again, and negatives are going to be tomatoes. So pumpkins are good, tomatoes are bad. All right, we ready to spin the wheel here?
Do
Let's
it.
see. Here we go.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Yeah.
so Jake gets an extra character. He gets a 6th choice.
I'll
Okay.
be damned.
All right, here we go.
Wait, so if it lands on I lose a character, does
You
it go
go to
back?
5. Yeah.
God damn it!
Oh, spin again. All right, here we go.
Ronan, you got saved.
We still haven't landed on a name yet. All right, here we go.
I'm terrified.
Oh, Aaron gets an extra character.
Oh.
Choices.
Hi.
All right. So I feel like there's got to be a negative one here soon because this
no.
is good. Like,
If we get extra characters, it's going to be even more of a fight.
Yeah.
all right, let's see. Oh,
No, we're just adding as
so
three
of
extra
y'all,
characters.
you all get 6 right now. All right, so
all
we've gotten
right.
all the good stuff is gone.
Like,
so
you're
now
not
it's
on the wheel
either
at all. I notice.
well, no, because I'm just gonna go at the end. But anyways, let's see here. All the good stuff is
All
gone.
right,
Now you
place
just
your
want to
bets.
you want to get picked.
Place your bets. Place your bets.
Oh,
Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
Hi.
All
That
right.
means I didn't lose a character yet.
all right. So that means Darren's losing a character comes off of the list. Where's it at here? There, I'll take that one off. All right,
Oh.
here we go. Oh,
Damn it.
Ronan coming in second. All right, let's do some shuffling. All right. That means Ronan loses a character, comes off the list. So this is all we have left here is either Jake gets picked,
I
we
knew it was
spin
gonna
again,
come down
or
to
Jake
me.
loses a character.
I knew
So
it was going to come down to me.
Man.
here we go. Oh!
Okay.
Guess we
All
all
right.
just get 6, I guess.
So you all get 6 today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I do not need to go get a fresh pair of shorts now. We're good.
All right. So the wheel will return
Whoa,
before
what?
the end of the thing. Here,
Sure.
look, Chris goes, Eric, I'm not sure this is
Darren,
working the
you're
way you
doing
want
it
it to.
again.
I always do.
I'm actually shocked, as bad as that wheel has been in the past, that it didn't hurt anybody tonight. It just was like, we're just not going to do that.
Actually,
So
that's a good question. Does Eric get 6?
no, I don't get it's all for the people in the panel.
Okay, so
All right.
does it go? Is it Darren, Ronan, and then me? Okay.
Yep, that's the way it's going to work. So Darren, all we need. So what we need to know is who it is you're picking, and specifically what animated version you're picking. So, like, is it from a movie? Is it the TV show? Is it from something else? Like, you have to give like where it's from as well.
Yeah.
So you go
let's-
first.
Well, let's just start with the obvious one. I think everyone knows I'm picking from this movie. Let's
Yep.
get it done first. Mufasa from The Lion King, one of my favorite fictional characters of all time.
You heard of him?
The ideal mentor, the ideal father, the ideal catalyst of the perfect movie that's ever been made.
Remember.
What else can be said? Mufasa.
Everything the light touches is our king.
Remember, chat, if you would like to participate in this, it does count towards your XP. So if you want to throw out emojis, it is pumpkins for good, tomatoes for bad.
Darren, you need to stream, like, we need to do a thing where you stream the Lion King game and you try to beat it.
I'm not making it past level 2.
That thing is a bitch and a half.
It is a bitch and a half to complete.
How about this? How about you stream it and I'll join you as I quote Lion King?
Sure.
I'll just sing the soundtrack.
Am I going on original cartridge? Is that what's happening?
All right. So, Rodin, what is your first one here? Your number 6, I guess.
So this is where Jake is gonna hate me. I'm gonna go with
Doing this first, huh?
I'm gonna go with the adaptation of X-Men 97's Rogue, played by Lenore Zahn.
Okay.
I shit you not, like, she's one of my favorite characters from the original series. I didn't think they would go the way they would go with this character and the material they would give Lenore and the theft the Emmys did with not giving Lenore more praise with this. Probably my favorite character arc of X-Men 97 thus far, and great introduction and reintroduction to this character.
Yeah. And especially after how dirty Rogue was done in the movies.
Not because of Anna Paquin's fault.
No, it's not her fault at all.
Yeah.
You
all right,
singer?
Jake, you are up.
I mean, I could just cheat and say 92 Rogue.
You could. It's a different series.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with a different angle for this first one. This is I don't know if this is my favorite Disney Renaissance movie. It was probably the one that got played the most in my household. This movie got played so much that I wore the tape out of its reel, and we eventually had to fix it. I love how these two are just doing this with a thinky face. But I'm going with one of the title characters in this movie, the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Interesting.
One of my personal favorite characters from that era. You know, had a horrible past where he was just this selfish, entitled ass, and literally sees the worst version of himself, becomes the worst version of himself because of it, and there are parts of that past that I can relate to, like not growing up amongst the best of environments. I was not always what's the word? How do I want to phrase this? There was a time in my life where I was extremely self-interested, and didn't really give much thought to others. So some self-reflection there kind of happened. Now, and there were points where, growing up, we didn't exactly get out into the world as much until I got a little bit older. Kind of like how that character was locked away in the world for a bit. And just that arc that he has over the course of the film, where he, embraces, who he is through this other person. And I think there's one of my favorite scenes from him in that film is one where there's not even really dialogue in the moment. It's where he's holding Gaston off the roof, and then you see his face change as the music cues in, realizing that he's not going to be, the beast that his physical appearance implies, and he's going to show mercy. He's going to be more kind-hearted. So that just goes to show that despite what someone may look like on the outside, there is something buried deep in them that can bring out their light side. So that's who I'm going with.
All right. So now, as we progress through the game tonight, there's an option for you to ask to use the wheel. So Darren, would you like to spin the wheel for a bonus thing for your turn, or would you like to skip the wheel for your turn?
For the sake of the game, let's do it.
What's
Okay.
on the wheel?
You'll find out here in a second. All right?
Oh,
Here we go.
Jesus.
All right, so I will explain what these are if it lands
You had
on it.
too much time on your hands.
Here we go. All right.
What Eric has done is he's created a game show.
All right.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now what you can do is you can say a character's name that it doesn't even have to be on your list. You can just say you cannot pick this character if you have one in your mind that you don't want to choose, but you know somebody else is going to choose it. You can block it from their list right now.
Damn it.
I don't know.
Or you don't have to. You can say I don't want to do it.
Is that for everybody?
Yes, no one can pick it. It's
Okay.
just the character. So yeah.
No. Does everyone pick a character, or is it just me?
Just you.
Just me. Okay.
You pick it, and then none of us can use that character.
All right. I'm gonna shoot a wild card from
Alright.
potentially Ronan's. Let's see. I'm gonna just say Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader from the club.
Keep him.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
All right.
That was
Fair
a big
enough.
one. I was like,
Alright.
I'm just taking him off the board.
Ronan's like,
Alright.
good fish.
I
So
picked
this
the
wheel-
wrong Star Wars character.
This particular set of things will stay up on the screen in case anybody ever wants to use it. You will get an option on your turn. But Darren, it is your turn now for your number 5 pick. So
My next pick. This is one of my. Well, I guess I actually have a couple of those kind of characters on. Actually, they're all kind of on the list, I guess. But this is a sidekick of sorts, a villain sidekick that I've talked about on these picks before. It's one of the funniest characters in all of film history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Have him right here in my show.
oh, here we go.
I
Wrong.
knew it. I knew
Kronk
it.
from Emperor's New Groove.
Uh-huh.
I would die for this man. This guy is my spirit animal. I love him so much. He has some of the funniest quotes I've ever seen in a movie.
Right.
I quote probably my most quotable character I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. That's not the right word I'm looking for. But
I was gonna say, how are you going to finish that sentence?
I was like, I don't know where I'm going with this. They even said it in chat. Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. I quote it all the time. Spinach puffs, and I love him so much. Kronk is amazing.
Okay. All right. With that being said, it brings us to Ronan. Ronan, would you like to partake in the wheel, or would you like to skip the wheel?
I'll skip it for now.
Right.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. What is your 5th
Lame.
choice then?
I'll stay away from the big franchises for now, and I'll bring back to a classic one that I think still resonates. And I'm gonna go with Disney's Tarzan adaptation
Mhm.
from the '90s animated movie.
Okay.
That movie hit lightning and a bolt in my head as a kid, and resonated a hell of a lot with me. That's my favorite interpretation of Tarzan, and I still feel a kinship with Tarzan himself, even after all these years. Yeah.
Okay.
God, Phil Collins is a genius in that movie.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
lord.
All right. With that being said, Jake, would you like to spin the wheel, or are you going to skip the wheel?
I'll pass for this one.
Okay.
So mine that I'm gonna go with here. To those who know me pretty well, you might not be shocked that I'm picking this character. I will say this is my only Pixar character here. I only picked one, and this is not from my favorite movie, but I would say it is my favorite Pixar character. Played by the late and great Paul Newman. I am going with Doc Hudson. And I think that is just one of the ultimate depictions of a mentor character. You saw what he got to be like in his prime. You see, how he was a celebrated racer back in his day, and how he was so far removed from that. And then when, a new blood racer, McQueen, comes into his town, that part of the world kind of followed him there. And he at first kind of rejects it because, he thinks that all of, the rookies of that day are are kind of the same. They all just care about themselves. They don't really have like all they care about is that trophy, yada yada. And he, over the course of it, he helps McQueen, become a better person, a more caring person, someone who's not only out for himself. Even after he sadly passed away in 2008, you saw there were bits of archive footage that were used to kind of further McQueen's character in the third movie, where he kind of goes into the role that Doc was for him. And as a little bit of a behind the scenes thing, the character Doc Hudson was actually based off of a real life NASCAR racer that is native to my state. So there's a little bit of backstory there. I watched NASCAR quite a bit as a kid.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of that history there. But no, I've always loved Doc Hudson. And one of my favorite scenes in any Pixar movie is whenever Doc finally goes for that drive and you see McQueen just admiring him, Doc getting back into the groove, into the spirit of things. And you see that was the first time in the movie Doc was legitimately enjoying himself. So
So one of the interesting things is every time you guys skip an option on this wheel, I get to spin on my wheel. So there was 2 skips, which means we get 2 spins on my wheel, which is not the same as this wheel.
Oh Lord, how many wheels do you have? Jesus Christ!
So this one is my wheel, and we get 2 spins on it. Now I could potentially lose a bunch of goes on this because, like, I lose picks on this wheel. But there's some interesting things like 2010 movies are blocked. 90s movies are blocked. So the really bad stuff is on my wheel. So you don't want me to spin my wheel. You want to spin the wheel that you guys have. So here we go. Let's see what the first thing is on this one. Oh no! This is my wheel. I honestly thought I wouldn't get mine first. Okay. So I'm down to 4 picks now. All right. Here we go. Gets one more spin. Be nice to me, wheel.
How terrible would it be if it landed on
No! Wait, hold on. No!
Oh, man. Karma's a bitch.
Oh, God.
You
All
play
right,
with
so-
matches, you get burned.
All right.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
So now I only get 3 picks. What the fuck? All right.
To
Uh,
quote Zuko, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So the way it works is every time you guys skip something on this wheel, I have to spin my wheel. But I will say there's some interesting blocks on there, like 90s movies, 80s movies. Like you really don't want it to land on that. But I've already lost 2. I can't get them back. I can't get them back.
That happening
Look.
twice in a row.
Look, I was the only one to get blocked. Jokes on Eric. Yeah. Exactly. All right. So Darren, before you give your 4th choice, do you want to spin the wheel this time?
I sure do.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Let's do
boy.
it. Here we go.
I like playing fast and loose.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Oh, nothing happens. Carry on. So you don't have to do anything.
Lame.
All right. So
like,
what's your
roll
4th
again.
pick?
I'm picking from the big leagues on this next one. This is a character which is part of Disney's Super 6 categories, which is like their mascot kind of characters. Specifically from one outing, but I'm going with my boy Goofy, specifically from the Goofy movie.
What a great movie!
A brilliant movie. What a a movie that's not even technically part of the main Disney studio. It's one of their smaller branches of the Disney studio. Masterpiece of a movie, and what made that movie so special is they took Goofy, a character with historically not a lot of personality, a pretty one-note character, and made him this deep emotional character with many character arcs and depth and personality. And I talked about good fathers a couple times ago with Mufasa. What a fantastic father he was. This story about a man who feels like he's losing the one thing he's done right in his life, who's trying to stay connected to his son. This movie is one of my favorite quotes of
Is it
any
what I think it is?
Disney movie, where Max is like, Dad, I'm not a little boy anymore. I've grown up. I have my own life. And Goofy's just like, I know that. I just wanted to be a part
That
of it.
makes
And
me emotional every time I watch it.
Oh my
start
God.
crying. There's that scene. There's that scene when when Goofy's inside the hot tub, with Pete's, and they're having that conversation. He's like, he can't believe what Pete's saying about his son. He's like, no, you're wrong about him. You're wrong, to the point where he won't look at the map to prove him otherwise. What a brilliant movie. It's a masterpiece. It's so fucking good. Goofy's amazing. I love him in all the stuff, but especially that.
Even Kingdom Hearts? You like him in Kingdom Hearts too?
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts, actually.
Wait, you have not played Kingdom Hearts?
I own this.
He keeps giving me shit for it.
I own the box set. I'm terrible at games though, and I get stuck every time I try.
Oh
Okay,
well.
Darren,
All right.
You are obligated to join whenever I stream Kingdom Hearts, just so you can get your homework done.
I know.
You got a lot of pumpkins on your Goofy pick. Look over there in the chat. Like there's a lot of pumpkins. Okay. What's up, Lone Wolf? Good to see you in the chat. So Ronan, are you going to put the power on me, or are you going to spin the wheel this time?
I'll spin the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what you get here. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. All right. Okay, Ronan. So what is your fourth pick?
My fourth pick, I'm gonna go with one of the big franchises, and especially a franchise that people say, as soon as Disney bought them, it died. Oh my God, this should have never been sold to Disney. No. And I say there has been turbulence, but because Disney did buy this franchise, they have introduced some of the newest, freshest characters that I do believe can carry this franchise onwards, and complements the past while still doing the future. And I'm gonna go with probably the most brand new big hit characters, which is the Mandalorian himself, Din Djarin. When this show got announced, people were like, "Ooh, I'm intrigued." And then when that first trailer dropped, people are going, "Whoa, are they really doing this?" And by the time the first season wrapped up and was out on Disney Plus, people were saying this is the best thing that Star Wars has done in a long time. And I am pumped for the movie that's coming out in May. I do hope that it's still a great standalone movie that is its own story. You don't have to be a fan of the character to get it. And yet, if you've been following the character, it's complementary to the stories they've been telling. And I do think that it brought, in a big bad way, Pedro Pascal to the limelight more than ever. And I think that character did a lot for people, and especially for someone who looks and sounds like me.
All right. So Jake,
I was trying to pull something up while he was doing that, because while he was talking about the whole Mando thing, it got me thinking. I don't know if anybody here plays it's a mobile game. It's called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where you collect your own people on the light and dark side, and you can send them out to do various quests and such and whatnot. And it just got me thinking. I fucking show this. Come on, don't ruin this for me. There we go.
All right, I'll put you up on the screen.
Hold on. Lower my brightness, damn it. Pull up. Come on. Load. Don't make me look like a fool. There we go.
Oh, is that the mobile game?
Yeah. There's Mando himself on there. I summoned him recently.
Nice.
There you go, Ronan.
I still argue that the character deserves his own game. The way Uncharted has done it, I expect something like that with Mando, open world, and still a single player mode would be a banger in my opinion.
All right, Jake, you are up. You want to spin the wheel, or you want to skip and make me spin my wheel?
I'll spin. Why not?
Okay. I swear to God, if it lands on
One
fucking...
of us. One of us.
Nothing happens. Carry on. Which one is this? So, oh, you have to give one of your picks to someone else, meaning you lose a pick.
Do I have to?
Yes.
So wait, does that mean one of us also loses one of our
No,
picks?
no. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do it. This is a totally optional thing. You can give one of your picks. Like if you want to give up and give somebody an extra bonus pick, you can, or you can say "fuck them hoes" and keep it for yourself.
I mean, we all have the same equal amount of picks anyway.
Yep. You'll be going into 3 now. Yeah.
I'll just keep it even for now.
Okay. So he had the option to do something really good, and he said, "Nope, fuck them hoes." All right. All right. Oh, Chris says, "I hate to do this, but Mando isn't animated." So you got tomatoes for that.
He's animated somewhere, isn't he?
I'm sorry, I wasn't reading the chat.
Well,
he's animated in a video game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just showed it.
All right, yeah, see? So we're talking about that mobile game.
That's technically a video game.
Loophole.
So, all right, so that means I don't get to spin my wheel.
I think the Mandalorian even got added into Battlefront, so...
Did it?
I think so.
Okay, well...
I thought he appeared in the short, but I could be wrong.
All right, so with that being said, we are coming to number 3, and it is time for Darren, who is Mario, to go. Do you want to spin the wheel, or do you want to skip the wheel?
Jake?
I didn't give my pick yet.
Yeah, it's time for Darren to go. And no, I'm sorry. I thought you gave it to somebody. I forgot that you kept it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck the hose. He kept it.
Yes, I kept it, exactly. So I want to start this off by saying, don't full screen me. Forgive me, Darren.
Oh, no.
I feel like this might be one of yours.
Oh.
I'm going with, again, a movie that I really like. It's not my favorite movie, but this actor brought so much to this character. I feel like it wouldn't really be the same without it. And when this movie got brought to live action, it wasn't the same without the original actor. And I'm going with Robin Williams as the genie. And I had a sneaking suspicion that might have been one of Darren's. Was I correct in that guess or no?
Well, there goes that one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I did check. Apparently, Mando was in the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special in 2020.
There we go.
There you go. All right, so Ronan's safe then. Yeah, so take those tomatoes back. But yeah, no, I had to go with the genie. Robin just brought so much to that character, really made it what it has been known as for the longest time. Just all of the memorable lines, especially when they're stuck in the cave. One of the best sequences, he goes, "Did you rub my lamp? Did you wake me up? Did you bring me here?" I love that whole sequence. And just everything that he, does, like with his abilities throughout the movie, the different people that he changes into, leads that whole parade. But then you also see kind of the power side to him, along with, the warm, fun, bubbly side. And, you see that he is, even though there's like a lot of humor and levity to him, he is kind of a tragic character in some regards too, because like he's bound by that curse, that spell. And you see Aladdin, the first time he is he's not, he doesn't feel like he's bound. It feels like he's someone that he's actually friends with because of Aladdin's promise to free him. And
right.
It doesn't feel like, oh, okay, well, the end of this contract, if you want to call it, and then on to the next one. He's actually forming a connection with Aladdin and wants to see him, get his heart's desire. And Aladdin's willing to give it up for Genie to get his. And I really just love the connection between those two characters. So I had to go with Robin Williams.
All right. Well, with that being said, Darren, did you say you wanted to spin the wheel?
Always.
Lone Wolf, what were you thanking me for? What did I explain my reasonings on?
I assume the genie.
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay.
All right, let's see what Darren gets here.
Yes, Chris, you're forgiven.
Oh, okay. So any pick that anyone has made tonight, you can claim it as your own and make them pick something else. That would give you 7, and they would have to replace whatever they picked with something else, or you don't have to do it at all.
I don't like that look in his eye.
I mean, I'll just take the genie.
Oh,
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen.
I love the genie.
I knew that was going to happen.
All right.
I knew that was going to happen.
So now you can take that and just have it as one of your picks completely, or you can add it on to the picks you already have and give another one as well. And then
I mean,
Jake
I'll
has to
just,
give another one.
I'll just take it, man. I'll
okay.
Just take it.
So
yeah, like,
that goes back to Jake. We're
pick.
rewinding back to number 3. Jake, you have to pick another one for your number 3 now. And Darren's number 2 is Genie. So,
all right. So I'm gonna.
I mean, that's actually how genies work. Like, people will take it and take it as their own, so it works. That's the plot of the movie.
No, I saw that coming. So I'm gonna dip my feet into this world now. Surprised I haven't done this yet. I am going into the X-Men '97 realm.
Ooh.
A lot of characters I could pick from this. I'm not mad at Ronan for picking Rogue. I get why he did it. I totally would have too. But you know what? That's a parlay. That's fair. I am going to go with somebody who got a not necessarily a revamp from prior adaptations, because they were always adapted very well. But I think, especially with the way that the world is in its current state, it really put this character in a new light, and that is Eric Magnus Lensher.
Oh,
yep.
I feel like Ronan might have had Magneto on his list.
We're even.
He's in the characters was in a list that I have of 3 or 4 characters, but I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that. that.
Hey, this is an even ground now.
Okay.
Don't make me let them down.
All right, so since Darren took your thing and replaced it for his number 2, that means we're going to jump down to Ronan now, because that'll go ahead and give Darren his last choice here in a second. Ronan, this is the last chance that both you and Jake will get to spin the wheel. So you can choose to spin, or you can allow me to spin. What do you want to do?
I'll allow you to spin.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give your number 2 then.
My number 2, I'm gonna go with back to an original Disney character, and I'm gonna go with Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Love to see it.
Yeah, I adore The Incredibles, and to me, the character is so good. Between how it's introduced, the workout section went up, but to me, I think someone brought it up a while back, but to me, my favorite moment in that movie, besides the opening, is when him and Helen have that argument on the way to stop the droid, and she's like why you gotta, and she's like, I can't lose you again. And I'm like, as someone who wants to big industry, I need to achieve that moment. I want that moment for me. If I ever get a chance to put on a suit, like I want that moment. And I adore the character, and just a great character that has an arc and is timeless, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Before we get to Jake, we're going to go over here to my wheel, since you didn't spin, and I will spin my turn here.
Oh boy.
I'm nervous because it fucked me over. You have to be fucking kidding me!
You were saying, Eric?
You're down to 2.
What is the possibility of this happening?
Man.
Oh my god! I
get to play today, I guess.
2 fucking choices here. Well played, Ronan. Well played. All right. So, oh my god! I was over here like figuring out who I wanted in my 3, and now I'm like fucking down to 2. Oh my god. Okay. So, Jake, now you have a choice. You can spin this wheel, or you can make me spin my wheel before the final round.
I'll spin.
Okay. Here we go. What are we gonna get here? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, you can choose to steal someone else's pick as your own, making that your next number, and making them re-choose one of their other numbers.
Jake, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing.
Is an option dead if it's been stolen back?
No, you can do it as much as you want. This isn't dirty. This isn't Dirty Santa. So
yeah, go ahead and give me that lamp back.
oh no! All right, so Jake is now reinserting the genie back into his list and making Darren choose another number 2 now. So
Feels like the World
Pause.
Series. The back and forth.
Reinserting. Pause.
reinserting the lamp into his. Never mind. Go ahead.
Pause.
All right. So all right.
Love it. Great.
So Darren, now you have to pick a number 2 option because he stole the genie back. So
I couldn't let him down. Darren, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. No, that's incredible.
Missed opportunity? What do you mean? The lone wolf? That was the perfect opportunity.
Let's go with another classic of mine. Not a super complex character, but a character that brings me joy anytime they're on screen. From the very talented Jim Cummings, my boy Winnie the Pooh Bear. Love me some Winnie the Pooh. I have been on the record pretty unhappy with how his reputation has been treated over the last couple of years, and Disney's lack of putting out any content for the character. The only content we've seen from him has been from Disney Junior, and I'm like, give me a Christopher Robin sequel. Give me.
That was a great movie.
Amazing. I love Christopher Robin. One of my favorite, honestly, one of my favorite movies. He's just a character that represents goodness and joy and the what it means to be a child and to have that imagination. He just brings me a lot of joy. So Winnie the Pooh, Disney, for the love of God, make a new Winnie the Pooh movie. I beg you.
Well, we have do we have Pooh Honey or whatever, that blood honey
Pooh,
type
Blood
thing,
and
whatever.
Honey. They're making a third one at this point. I'm like,
third
come
one?
on.
Yeah.
Pretty positive.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, before we go into our final round, I have to spin my wheel one more time. And then we'll go into the final round where everybody.
You don't
gets
have to,
pick
Eric.
number
Don't
one.
do
So
this, please.
Let's see
Come on.
let's see what happens. All right,
Here.
here we go.
This is just Eric's way of not having to play. He just
No,
didn't
I-
want to play.
Wait. It's not me. All right, so for all your number 1 picks, anything made in the 80s has been blocked. That includes me and you guys. No 80s movies. So that doesn't count TV shows or characters that have been in things beyond the 80s, specifically movie characters from those iterations. So you can't pick a movie in the 80s with that character in it, but you can pick that character somewhere else if you
I
want.
don't think I was going there anyway.
Okay. All right.
That
So
blocked off like.
That's it for the wheel
Children,
tonight. I wanted to add another level of fun, so that's why we added the wheels in.
the Hound,
uh,
Oliver and
Yeah,
Company.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
fun for us.
Yeah, it was not
Little
fun for me.
I
So,
dropped the Little Mermaid.
well,
Well, I mean, Darren, you have the Little Mermaid too.
Thank goodness I got mine in just in time.
Wait. What's the year on that?
1988, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
Is that the movie that's got like the Okay, hold on. Okay, refresh my memory. Is that the movie that starts with him like checking himself out in the mirror?
It might. There's 2 theatrical Winnie the Pooh movies, and I forget which one's which.
Yeah.
All right. So this is everybody's final choice. We're down to our last one. I get 2. And nobody's taken mine yet. So hopefully I will get to keep my 2. Anyway, Darren, you're up first. What is your last choice?
Shout out. I'm gonna give a little shout out before I get my final answer. I almost said Syndrome from Incredibles, but I've talked about him so many times on the show. I figure I wanted to give someone I haven't really shouted out.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You got to admit this is cool.
Last year when we got Inside Out 2, Joy really jumped on my favorite characters list. I was really blown away with the story that they told within Inside Out. I love the first movie. I love the second movie. I think that is slowly becoming one of Pixar's most consistent, well-made franchises that they have right now. And I love this arc and this realization that Joy goes into, where it's like, well, maybe growing up means that you just don't have room for joy anymore, and that journey that she goes on in that second movie is very devastating. And then her full arc at the end of realizing, like, she does need me, but in moderation, with a limit, and sometimes I am the one thing she does need in her life, and that arc that she goes on is a really touching one. That first time I watched it, I found myself crying inside the movie theater, how touching that messaging was. So shout out to Joy. I think that's a character I haven't talked about too much. I thought I'd throw her into the ring.
All right,
Aaron, don't
have you seen these, Jake?
No.
Jake? God damn it, Jake. We need to do like a movie marathon, Jake.
All right, so Ronan, what is your last choice on this list?
I'm gonna go. Wow. I was gonna go back to one of the big franchises, but you know what? Well, this is part of one of the franchises, but it's now more of an original Disney thing. I'm gonna go with Woody, Toy Story.
Hey,
There you
Character
go.
that's been there
Okay.
since my childhood, and I love Woody.
I like it.
All right, Jake, what is your last choice?
All right. So, I kind of, I'm going back on something that I had said. I said Doc Hudson was my only Pixar pick. I amended that because I realized that my last pick actually was an 80s character, so I had to change that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because for some reason I thought it was older than 80s, but it just barely snuck into the 80s, so I had to take that one off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with another Pixar character, and I am honestly surprised I didn't think of this one sooner. This I think is one of the better Pixar movies that's been made. Very glad that it's remained a standalone film, and I think it needs to remain that way. I'm going with Remy from Ratatouille. For some reason I really got attached to that character the times that I watched that movie more, because he was always kind of judged for the things that he the thing that he really wanted to do with his life, the way that he wanted to learn more about food and how to cook, and it was always kind of shunned by everybody else for that. And where I grew up, the stuff that I was into, like movies, books, films, all that nerdy shit. Around my hometown, people kind of looked at you funny if you were associated with that. So I related to a lot of that judgment, I guess you could call it. I love his arc that he goes through in that movie, where he really, like, even though he fully believes in what he's doing, he learns who he is. He has to kind of rediscover who he is, and not so much what he wants, but what he wants. Like, he has to discover what that means. And now I love his whole interaction whenever he's talking to the ghost of Gusto. He says, you tell me stuff I already know. I know who I am. Why do I need you to tell me? Why do I need to pretend? And then the ghost says, you don't. You never did. And that's when he kind of comes to a realization that he can lean into the best parts of who he is, and he doesn't need to hide under an identity or play it up as a charade. And that really lets him lean into the best parts of himself. So, yeah, that was my last pick.
Okay. It's all good.
Jake.
I noticed. Huh?
Okay.
I was going to say, I love how almost all my characters are blue.
Counterpoint to you saying it should stay a solo movie, Jake. And I stole this joke, so no one sue me. But you could count it Ratatouille. It's right there, Disney. Come on.
Okay, so unfortunately, I only get 2 picks, so I had to look at my list and figure out who I was going to pick as my top 2, which is
Why don't you spin again, Eric?
no, because there's no good things for me on that wheel. It's all bad stuff. So I'm going to go with one thing that is Disney and one thing that was acquired by Disney. And I'm going to say Bart Simpson from The Simpsons. One of my favorite animated characters.
Fair enough.
It was acquired by Disney, but technically it's owned by Disney now. And so that's one of my top 2, since I don't get just get one more. And my next one would be Wally from Wally.
Oh, okay.
That was one of my favorite movies, and I love that
Wally's
character.
great.
It's such a great movie with a great message. And I'm a product of the 80s, so I love a good message in a movie. Anyway, so those are my 2. Those are my 2 picks. I don't really can't compete. You guys got 6. I got 2. I feel like there's the balance. The force is out of balance there.
Yeah, I feel like me and Ronan, we met a middle ground on the X-Men thing. He got 1, I got 1. Me and Darren were just passing the ball back and forth.
Yeah. We did have a $5 super chat from Cameron here. I hope you're still here, Cameron. If not, watch this on playback. I forgot to say this last week, but Eric, did you see that Colin Farrell talked about Sergeant Rock? I heard that he said that he was I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. Ronan, you might remember more because
He was bummed out.
Yeah, he really wants it to happen, and it's just there's not been much movement in the project, and so it's one of those things where I would not be surprised if it just quietly goes away. Unfortunately, I don't know. Do you anybody disagree? Do you think it's going to happen? I think it's probably the time for that is kind of out of time now. I think
if the script is as good as Colin advertised it to be, and if they are working on it, they're playing it under the table and making sure that it's cast and all that stuff, and then because they saw how much that shit leaked or whatever have you, that they're like, okay, fuck that. People know we have a hot script with us. We're gonna do it under the table, let nobody that we're shooting probably right now, and then we'll drop a trailer and be like, oh yeah, Sergeant Rock, you want to spend time with War in the DC universe? Come hang out with it later on. But again, I don't know. I mean, to me, Sergeant Rock is one of the titles that's not part of the video that James did,
Right.
and to be quite frank, I need us to get at least over half of those titles that he listed out before I start really going hoopla over none of those titles. I have my own desire for characters, but I don't mind seeing a Sergeant Rock movie. I love the portion we got to hang out with him in Creature Commandos.
Yeah,
right. Fair enough.
I mean, I think here's the thing with Sergeant Rock that I think they benefit more than a Wonder Woman or Batman. They can take as long as they want. If it takes them 20 years to make a Sergeant Rock movie, no one's going to be like, hey, where's my fucking Sergeant Rock movie? Right now, no one gives a shit, and that's a benefit on them, right? They have to make us care, which is that uphill battle, but that also helps them be like, they can make the best script they can. They can take 15 years to get that script perfectly, have it come out, and it will still be a success, because it's going to be I would hope, a low budget movie. So that can come out. It could have minimal marketing and whatever, but just put that DC logo on, and all the DC fans will go see that movie, and it will get its low budget back. It's same with Clayface. Clayface made it was not going to be the biggest movie ever, and that's okay because it's going to have that low budget. It's that horror movie. It's going to do fine. So I think it will come out, but I hope it's not before a Brave and the Bold or a Wonder Woman or some of these big movies we've been kind of waiting for a couple of years.
What do you mean, Darren? I've been waiting for a Clayface movie for 20 years, man. Come on.
I actually am really excited for Clayface.
Well, if there was a Wildcat movie, you'd be ready for it for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Sergeant Rock over Wildcat. Come on, guys.
All right, so quickly before we see what everybody picked, these are our top 3 chatters for tonight in both chat rooms. So over at the Eric Debunks chat room, in first place we have Superior Nav. That means you're going to get two times in the actual poll at the end of the month, unless you are number one again at some point, and any other place in the top 3, you will end up getting more options in the wheel, because we're going to spin the wheel to see who wins this. Albedo 5455 came in second, and Ghost Suck Game came in third, so that you will both get 1 each in the wheel. Over in the Reloaded channel, in first place, we have The Big Bang Theory Sheldor is at number 1, so you'll get 2 times in the wheel. Cameron Walker and Screwface Capone are both on the wheel as well. So I'm going to put that in the list here, and you guys will spend at the end of the month. Again, you will know exactly what you're going to be getting as far as t-shirts and stuff by the middle of the month. So thanks everybody for playing. Remember, the more you chat, the more your XP goes up. And yeah, so thank you so much. Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat says Godzilla 0 next year. Clayface finished filming. Yeah, I saw they announced the filming ending for Clayface, or that it was done. And it's Godzilla -0, isn't it? Is that the title of it? -0, I think.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it was announced today. I think it was a prequel, if I saw correctly. Which is cool. I love that first movie. I think that first movie is like a masterpiece. I was so surprised. I've never seen a subtitle film in theaters before, because I struggle with those, but I was like, there was so much praise for it. I was like, I have to see what the hell they did that got people so wound up about this movie.
Yeah,
and it's
fantastic
good.
movie. Looking forward to that for
sure.
I saw it in color and in black and white, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think I understood like half of it, because again, I'm very bad with subtitles if I can't pause, but I was still like, this is incredible, and I understood half.
God, one of my friends, he was so pissed off about subtitles in movies. Like, he gets so mad whenever people have them on if it's just like Netflix at the house, because, and I quote, he goes, "If I want to read, I'll pick up a damn book."
I mean, I think they're a great tool. I think they're awesome. I'm a slow reader, so I struggle being like,
See, that was me at a point. But then I got to a time where I would read a subtitle so fast, I wouldn't actually
come
hear.
on.
Or it's like, not that I'm telling them to hurry up, but I wouldn't actually hear what's being said, because my mind
because you're busy reading.
My ears are like turned off, and I'm just reading it. Like, that happened in a little bit of a. This isn't really a poll, but every time like somebody in Arrow spoke Arabic or something, my eyes would automatically go to the subtitles, and I wouldn't even hear the dialogue.
Oh. By the way, Pagey's in the chat. There's a word in that comment that is not going to be pulled up on screen, so everybody can see it. I'm not going to pull that up on screen.
Typical Page.
$2 super chat from Lone Wolf. Ridiculousness canceled after 14 years. Look, that was a guilty pleasure show of mine. I would watch it in the background when I was doing other stuff, but it was a bad show. It wasn't a good show at all.
That and MTV, man.
Yeah.
MTV is no mas, which breaks my heart. Like,
yeah.
A lot of stuff from MTV was really short-lived and never got resolved, which is...
MTV fucked around and became a reality TV show network, and they just... There's every channel does that now. They're not the only place that does that. They have a lot of slop like reality TV too, stuff that just isn't good. So
anybody remember when Spider-Man had an MTV program?
Yes.
A lot of people hate on it, but there were worse Spider-Man programs that came out.
I will say,
unfortunately produced with it.
Catfish and Ridiculousness both going away is a big hurt for MTV in general, because basically that was one of those shows that just that they could run, you know what I mean, like all the time. So yeah. Well, Screwface, the only issue is they don't have that business model anymore. It's been gone for like 20 years, so they don't really know how to do it. I agree, they should have continued to put music on their channel and made it more like MTV could have been a live concert channel. Could you imagine if they would have actually went through the trouble of trying to do something with like artists like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and all these big artists and said, hey, we want to do exclusive concert stuff from you guys on network television? They could have really changed the game that way, but they didn't. They decided that they weren't going to do that anymore. Lone Wolf here with the $2 super chat. So absolute Batman kills. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, that's a different Batman. It's a different world.
Well, it works there because it's not the main universe. It's an
absolutely insane.
Yeah, which I can't say for every DC universe we've got over the last handful of years.
Love it or hate it, this is probably the most talked about comic book thing happening right now.
Yes.
Love it or hate it. And Scott Snyder came out and said that comic book sales are up now. And a lot of it has to do with these kinds of like crazy takes on these characters that nobody's seen before.
Like these reinventions are getting the kind of attention that they failed to get in the New 52 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just speak because I don't read many DC comics. I just don't, unfortunately. But like, it's going outside of just like the DC fandom. Like over in my like Ben 10 world.
Ben 10, yeah.
They're not only is there like an unofficial like what's it called again?
Absolute,
yeah. Like not only is there like an unofficial one, the new official comic that's coming out, I said it's being inspired by like this in the Ultimate Universe. It's like, oh my god, this is making insane waves. So it's cool that the comic industry is like, reeling from that success. So that's awesome.
I have no point of reference for this, but I can just imagine Absolute Ben 10 being something like, I don't know, like you see a hulked up monster out there wearing like an Omnitrix or something, and then what is it? Ghost Freak is just like this big Dementor Phantom looking thing. I don't know.
I'm curious to see how they're going to do it.
Yeah. We have one more super chat here. Think one more. Yeah, from Staggervore.
I know fuck all about that franchise. I know that's terrible.
Staggervore with the 1-9 super chat. Teen Wolf was one of the only good shows MTV had.
Oh yeah, that did air on MTV.
That was MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Where is it now? Where's it at to watch now? Like, does anybody know?
I mean,
it's
off the air, but like
it was on Hulu for a time, I think.
It might be on Paramount because Paramount is
it's Paramount.
Yeah.
Paramount did the movie, and they also did the like unofficial spin-off that got canceled after one season.
Really?
I just looked. It's on Hulu. I just pulled it up. It's on Hulu.
Really? Okay.
I think the main rights are at Paramount though, to like make new like there's been rumors about maybe doing another movie, and that would be Paramount.
Yeah, I mean they even whenever Tyler was on
Wolfpack, that was the name of the show, right?
Yes.
Whenever Tyler was on Rosenbaum's podcast, he said, "Would you be down for doing another one?" He flat out said, "Yeah." So
yeah, everyone wants to. It's just the CEOs being like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
All right.
It's like the fucking Sonic meme. Approved. I don't know.
With that being said, we're out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Let's see what choice we got here on the poll. Did we already do that? No, we still have to do that. The winning choice for Thursday is going to be, drum roll, not so much of a drum roll. 33% voted for best DC castings in any media.
So just like we did with the Marvel one.
Yep. Top 5 DC castings in any media.
I have pretty good options.
Voice acting, TV shows, movies, and any of that stuff counts. So that's what we got. So that'll be there.
It's gonna be a fight to get some of those. That's all I'll say.
And the wheel will be back with different choices in it. So
God. Well, Eric, if it goes anything like it did tonight, then yay for us.
Yeah. Let's see. Lone Wolf $2 super chat. What are your favorite? What are I guess your favorite movies this year so far? Thank you for the $2 super chat, Lone Wolf. Ooh. For this year, Sinners for sure. For me, probably Sinners, Thunderbolts, Superman. What else came out this year that I've really enjoyed?
Frankenstein is my favorite.
I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to that one. I would say at the top of my list is Weapons is probably in my top 5 too.
I still need to watch Weapons.
So
I'm gonna be seeing Predator Badlands this weekend.
Ooh, I'm so excited for that.
I won't be surprised if that makes that list as well.
Yeah, I wanted to
hear.
What?
It's already here.
What do you mean it's already here?
Like it's already.
Oh, it's about to come out.
Oh,
yeah.
November. Shit.
For Monday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow, that time flew. Holy shit. We got from Kill of Killers to Badlands really fast.
Mm-hmm.
My top 4 right now is, or my top 5 right now is Sinners, Killer of Killers, which is still my only Predator movie I've ever seen, Thunderbolts, Companion, which is really, really good. And to my surprise, The Bad Guys 2, which I was not expecting to like, but it really surprised me.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this. Go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'm seeing Frankenstein in a little under a week. I got one of the last ones there. I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it Friday.
I
But
wanted to.
now I'll say probably my two are. It'll probably go back and forth between Thunderbolts and Sinners.
Yeah. I wanted to say I wanted to bring this up earlier, but we'll talk about it here briefly before we go. And Ronan, you probably are aware of this too. This was a really bad weekend for Halloween movies this year. Like the actual box office was down. It says here that Halloween week in 2025 was exceptionally bad for movies, making it the worst box office performance this time of the year in 31 years.
I mean, I don't think people. I think of that now, and I'm like, I don't think people expected this Halloween and Días de los Muertos to be a full-on World Series weekend, or like everybody just had their eyes on these last two games. And again, people. I mean, y'all should have seen people were having parties, and then simultaneously they were watching the game. I had someone who was celebrating their party, and then in the middle of it or right after it, they were watching the last innings of the game, and that tells you where the focus was at. I mean,
it affected our business at the club too. We were busy on Halloween night, but Friday and Saturday and Sunday we weren't very busy at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think less. I don't know. Like maybe this is still this like ramification from COVID. I don't know, but like we pass out the candy every year, and there was just not a lot of kids.
We had
coming
zero.
out.
Yeah,
zero. We had zero kids in our neighborhood come for candy.
Yeah. And see, this was, I feel like, and I brought this up several times, but I feel like had there not been any shifts, Mortal Kombat would have dominated this month.
I was about to say there really isn't a lot out right now. Like I had a week.
They said Black Phone 2 was the one thing they expected to do really well, and it didn't.
No, it didn't. No. I mean, it did fine, but
I haven't been to a movie theater in months, and I hate myself for it. But like, there just hasn't been a lot.
The last movie I saw in theaters was Fantastic Four.
Same.
I saw Toy Story in September, but that's been it. Like that's an old movie. Like I just haven't been, and I hate to say it, but like again, I think October needed Mortal Kombat. I don't think there's a lot of people that took those dates because it's like, okay, there's Mortal Kombat and Black Phone and blah blah blah. I think Five Nights at Freddy's would have done it if it wasn't for Mortal Kombat, and I think it would have done really well too.
I mean, to put things
Darren, you're gonna see Grinch in December, right, Darren?
I am not. No.
To put things in perspective, we've probably had 3 or 4 weeks of streams where we really haven't had a ton to talk about because there's really not a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
Now, if they put the Stranger Things finale in theaters, that's being rumored, that'll be something.
It is confirmed officially.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is
For like 1 week only. Yeah.
All right, with that being said, we're going to jump out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Joe for being here. I had to jump off early. We had Darren who came in late just in time for the game, so that was a lot of fun. And Jake
Disney.
and Ronan for hanging out. I know you couldn't miss Disney. I knew for sure. Ronan and Jake for being here. Thank you guys so much. We'll be live again on Thursday. Make sure you stop in if you want to participate in the contest. I will update all of the rankings after the stream, and anybody that's in the contest will be able to when I give the winner at the end of the month, we'll figure out a way for you to like submit your information to me so I can get the stuff out to you. All right. With that being said, we're out of here. Have a good night. Hey there. If you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.